में जो ये मजा है, इसके इतने सारे रंग, सीखे खेले आजमाए, ChessBase इंडिया के संग। थोड़ी देखी चेस थ्योरी, इन-डेप्थ कमेंटरी, यहाँ कवरेज है बेमिसाल, इम्प्रूवमेंट होगी तेरी, ब्लंडर से ब्रिलियंसी, बनना चाहे तू भी तार। शतरंज का कमाल, 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 शतरंज का कमाल।
देख ले मुझे, मैं आंखें मिला लूं, ट्रैप लगा के मैं नर्वस करा दूं, तुझे क्या पता तू करेगा खता, फिर मैच की कथा को प्रथा बना दूं। टिक टाइम जा रहा है नीचे, प्रेशर तुझे मिसल देख में खींचे, गुरुजी ने इसे काबल बनाया, पीसेस के यूं खड़े कर दूंगा बगीचे।
एक मिनट, बगीचे?
हाँ बगीचे, अटैकिंग प्लेयर हो यार।
Checks captures threats in this position. हर मन में खोज ले best decision. जब हो जाए सही calculation, इससे better feeling नहीं है यार। शतरंज का कमाल, 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 शतरंज का कमाल।
Hello. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Here we are at Superbet Chess Classic, round number 7. Pragg, who is leading the tournament with Alireza Firouzja. Guys, is everything good? Can you hear me well? There we have Pragg on the board, adjusting his pieces there. Let me know if the sound and everything is fine, because today we had Shatranj Ka Kamal playing. Did you enjoy the song? Yes, let's go. That's so cool, guys. We have 4 players who are leading the tournament. We have Alireza, Praggnanandhaa. Pragg is actually white in this position. I will be showing you the standings later, but for now we are going to be focusing on this video. They are clapping. Pragg is trying to read the water bottle, open the water bottle, something. Maybe the inauguration is happening on the other board, but we have MVL, Firouzja, Pragg and Fabi, all 4 of them on 3.5 points. Then we have Deac, Aronian and So Wesley on 3 points each. Nodirbek and Duda on 2.5 points each, and Gukesh on 2 points. Guys, these are the last 3 rounds of the event. So the tournament ends day after, that is on 16th, and last 3 we are gonna aim at best of 3. Let's hope for the best for Pragg and Gukesh over here. Here we have Gukesh Domaraju playing against So Wesley. He is playing with the white pieces. Yesterday was an insane game, a complete roller coaster against Alireza Firouzja. So today, whichever opponent Gukesh plays, the next day he faces Praggnanandhaa. Pragg also, if all of you remember, played an amazing opening with the black pieces against Duda, but the game ended in a draw. Who is the chief guest today? Is he a chess player, or Once we had a footballer, once we had Gary Kasparov, and yeah, it's very interesting to have these amazing chief guests over here. What do you think is going to happen today? Pragg versus Alireza. Let's have a poll over here for all of you. Pragg versus Alireza prediction. Let's go with the first one is a simplest draw. Then we have Pragg wins. And then we have Alireza wins. I'm keeping it very simple just to get your thoughts. Guys, vote karo, like the stream, all of those who are already joining. We have 300 people, 300 likes ho jaye. There you go, a handshake, and the round is about to begin. Generally, in the beginning, it takes like 5 minutes for the whole inauguration to happen. But it seems like, here we have. But today we can't see the guest, nor I'm able to guess who is he. Let's see if he's gonna make the first move over here. It seems like that. So Wesley very much in a relaxed mode, smiling there, and Pragg actually focusing already on the board. You can see he's already thinking. He's using the time here. But the clocks have not yet started, and Alireza, who was very confident yesterday in the interview, how is he going to do with the black pieces against Praggnanandhaa? They faced each other in the rapid and blitz section also. 3 games actually they played, 1 rapid and 2 blitz. Guys, do you remember what was the score over there? It just happened 2 weeks ago. So if anyone remembers, do let me know. But how are you all doing? And today is the last day at the summer camp, which is happening at Phoenix, Market City. So Sagar will join after that. Anyone in and around Mumbai, do visit. Now it's 6 o'clock. I don't know, because if you reach by 8 o'clock, the summer camp will end. So the chance is gone if you've not yet visited. But oh, look at that inauguration. Oh, she's so cute. And she goes knight f3. Looks like a chess player. Yeah. Or there's this nice smile on Pragg's face. How is the vibe, guys? What do you think? How is the vibe between Pragg and Alireza, the 2 leaders over here? क्या लग रहा है? What is the voting saying? We have 22% for draw. We have 63% for Pragg win, and Alireza wins for 14%. Lot of support for Pragg here, but we cannot underestimate Alireza, who has this epic creativity there. We've all witnessed that. And we've also seen his creativity in fashion designing. As we all know, he is very much interested in that. Pragg. Harsh is saying, why always Mumbai? It's gonna be happening other places also. Sai Prasad says, song in the beginning was good. हाँ guys, मजा आया क्या? शतरंज का कमाल, पुरानी यादें. I saw the song after a long time and it was a lot of fun. So, yeah. There you go, the handshake. What's the first move? Guess that move. E4, D4, C4 or knight f3 as was inaugurated. Before he plays, can our chat guess the move? E4, D4, E4. B3. Okay, yeah, he did play that a lot in Rapid and Blitz in Superbet, but maybe he goes for E4, I think, because I am expecting even a Sicily. Oh, C4. c4 on the board. How many of you actually guessed the move? In fact, no. Deep Shah was the only one until it happened. क्या बात है? So c4, c5 played by Alireza very quickly. As we have seen in general, Pragg has brought some amazing opening preparation in this tournament. Most of the rounds he has managed to out prepare his opponents, put them under huge time, time gap, landing himself 20-30 minutes more than his opponent. And we have also seen him trying the alpha zero methods with h4, h5, h6. So he's gone for knight f3, and I'm very keen to see whether he is going to out prepare Alireza today. Knight f3, knight c6, knight c3, knight c6. Very quickly played these moves. 4 knights over there. Very nicely placed in the center. He's gonna play, d4 already. I thought he's gonna go g3, but he has gone with d4 already. We'll be seeing this yesterday also. In fact, he played this something similar with the black pieces. So if takes, which is gonna happen, knight takes d4 here. And whether Alireza will go for e6 or g6, let's see. He goes e6 and he is preparing d5 ideas. Wow, and what's happening with Gookie boy? So Gukesh playing against Wesley So. He went e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. He goes for Rylopes, knight f6 there. d3 was played. You could go into Berlin defense, but he goes d3, bishop c5, and now bishop a4 over here. We have a lot of actually we don't have a lot of games in comparison, but we do have Caruana versus Vidit, Carlsen versus Andrekin, and in fact even so Wesley has played this with both white and black pieces, so he would be very well prepared. We'll go into the intricacies of this, but also to very quickly take you to another tournament which is happening. Which is going towards the last 2 days. Asian individual, guys, it's happening. And today on top board we have Abhimanyu Puranik taking on Bardia over here. So this is something which we will in between have a look at. And we also have Sethu Raman versus Nihal Sareen, and this is the position. We will be analyzing these games as well, because last 2 days and top 2 will qualify. Okay, Vaishali's game will begin in some time, but here we are today. Let's keep Praggnanandhaa's board right now, because we need to see. Oh my god, was I showing everything without the board? Arey baapre, and I didn't even see the chat. Sorry guys, sorry, that was a huge blunder. Very, very big blunder by me. So super sorry. Yes, absolutely, I was not professional. So guys, very sorry. And here I am. God, what a blunder. But that is how it is. So I never generally say that, Arey baapre, how did these players make a blunder? Because I myself make so many blunders, but sorry. Okay. And I'll also update the bars as all of you are mentioning there very quickly. Give me a moment, so then we'll be completely focused only and only on chess analysis. In-depth chess analysis, guys. There you go. Yup. And there you go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have the bars over here. We have the guys subscriber count today. We have 26,25,793. Let's have a goal of 26 lakh. Wow, 26,000. Wow, we can try to reach that number today. but for that I should not be blundering. And 20 hours ago we have Jyotishmita Bora, who has contributed to Help Chess. So thank you so much, Jyotishmita. She's the 22nd, 43rd believer there. Now coming back to, yeah, the bars are good now. Coming back to the game here of Praggnanandhaa. He's drinking water. That's a very good news. So relaxed. He seems to be relaxed here. Knight of 3, knight c6. We were looking at these moves, but you couldn't see the board. We have the 4 knights over here. Leacher says it's English opening symmetrical variation. d4 was played by Pragg and takes e6 over here. And now Pragg goes g3, the fianchetto style. And Alireza is thinking Pragg is already gone somewhere else. He's not at the board. I'm very much hoping that he gets this good time gap. He has 1 hour 31 minutes on the clock. You know, so many games Pragg managed for 15 moves to have 1 hour 30 minutes, which is incredible at such a level of the tournament. Ooh, Arey Harsh Bhai, thanks for covering this tournament, Amruta. Thank you so much for being the backer of Indian chess for 32 months. But more than that, guys, Harsh has contributed immensely for Chess Ranga, and we have seen his tactics trainer over there. Yeah, it's beautiful. All those who want to improve, do try to solve that. I will show you the website later, or maybe we'll solve some positions when Sagar is back. But thanks, Harsh Bhai. The summer camp is missing you. Well, so g3, and now why Alireza is thinking, okay, what is the move which is play? What are the options here, guys? How many of you know opening? Black to play. What are the topmost played moves here? Who knows? किसको पता है? Deep says d5. Ooh, it looks like it's gonna be weakening. Black to play. What is the most played move here? How many of you know that? g4 कहाँ से आ रहा है? Something wrong. Okay, bishop g4. Guys, what is your notation going on? Acha, bishop b4. Okay, that's the move suggested. Yes, that has been played. But Shri Hari Chess says the right move. Queen b6 over here has been played the maximum times, putting pressure on this guy over here on d4. And you cannot support it with the bishop, I assume, because of what is the move. Yes, you can win the pawn, but also powerful is to attack the bishop with knight g4. So queen b6 is what Alireza might be thinking about, and he would know it. What else has been played? Did anyone? Yes, people who said bishop c5. Parda, Shantanu, Gaurang. Yes, bishop c5 is also a nice move here, attacking the knight. And you can see that f2 is the point which is slightly weak. Originally, if you go to the starting position, this is what we have to be careful about, that these are the 2 points in general which are not protected by any other piece except for the king. So whenever a sacrifice comes over there, you know that your king has to get out. So bishop c5 played by Alireza, and Pragg is yet to come at the board. The knight is attacked. I think once again, as we have seen, bishop a3 doesn't work because of knight g4. So the knight will most probably move. If you try to go knight b5 thinking that, wow, this is a nice square, you want to go knight d6, which is, by the way, very, very tempting. But then at this moment, black is very happy to push d5 with the threat of d4. And even if you try to isolate the pawn, d4 is gonna come very quickly. But if not necessary, then there is huge pressure here on f2 point. So black is very well developed and ready to castle. So this is something white should never enter, and obviously Pragg is never going to enter this. He is going to play knight b3, retreat the knight back, at the same time attack the bishop, and then ask him where is he going to go. Let's wait and watch what he's doing. He's drinking water. What does that mean? What does that mean, guys? We are right now 600 people like the stream. Vote karo. We have asked Pragg versus Alireza prediction because both of them are the leaders over here. So knight b5 is one thing, and another thing, if you take here on knight c6, what is a very interesting intermezzo for black to play here? Ooh, I did not start the... Yep. What is an interesting move for black here? Means he is thirsty. Oh, Pragg is drinking water. What does that mean? Means he is thirsty. Funny. Very funny. Exactly. All those who have mentioned the move Queen B6. Very well done. We have Parda, Jash and Deep mentioning the intermezzo Queen B6 there. And you have attacked the knight and Bishop F2 is a deadly threat. So that's why Pragg is thinking over here. But is it something that he wasn't very much expecting this? But then he's gone G3. Okay, knight B3, and where is the bishop going to go? That will be a question raised. Whether the bishop goes back to E7, whether the bishop decides to stay on this diagonal, which is very tempting, or whether it goes to B4 and wants to pin the knight. I think we will know at the speed at which Alireza will make his move after knight B3, because if Pragg doesn't go knight b3 and if he plays a move like e3, then it doesn't go along with the thing where you have already played g3. So I doubt he will go for something like this immediately. It weakens a lot of squares a little too early. If he tries to go back knight f3 over here, then black immediately again gets d5, because in fact d5 at that point of time, I want to just have a look at it. If you go d5 over here, cd5, ed5, and now if you go bishop g2, bishop c5, what is the difference? The difference is you clearly keep this open and this is attacked, and you're maybe... One second, I have a question. Are you not winning a pawn? Knight d5? Yeah, with compensation you are winning a pawn over here. So not early d5, but he goes bishop c5. Heaven, thank you so much for your contribution. Very, very kind of you. Okay, so that's about Pragg's game. Let's quickly have a look at Gukesh's game where he plays. Maybe we'll analyze this move because he did go knight b3, and I'm very keen to go full screen and to see what Alireza is going to play over here. Let me just quickly get the board and not blunder like last time. And also I will have to shift the clocks here and also get the bars here. Sab ho jayega, guys. It's just the beginning. Yeah, so that you get the information of other boards as well. Alireza is prepared. He instantly goes bishop b4 and decides to pin the knight over here. I think Pragg will continue with bishop g2. That's how most of the games have happened, with bishop g2. There is a move bishop d2 and you want to cut this pin over here, but I believe he will go bishop g2 and he will say, I am completely fine if you want to take... Yes, he's saying I'm completely fine if you want to take here on c3, b takes c3 and short castle. If at such a position, what is the... you have allowed the double pawns, in fact isolated double pawns on the c file, open file, but in return somebody is very happy. Who is the somebody who is very happy here, guys, for white? Who is that somebody who is very happy? Yes, bishop. But which bishop? ये वाला या ये वाला? The c1 bishop is very happy. Why? Because the path is clear and it's a beautiful diagonal on a3. So bishop a3. In fact, even right now there is a possibility bishop a3, bishop d6, and you sit there without having to get out at all. You know, you can just relax. It's like your own cabin. So Black is never going to consider such an idea over here. He's not tempted by the doubled isolated pawn. Ooh, Alireza went d5. Alireza, well prepared. He's gone d5, which in fact, in 1980, guys, who had played this with the black pieces? A very, very famous player. I mean, there are many famous players, but I'm sure there will be 2-3 names you will take, and so we have gone in a very classical line, yeah? Absolutely ancient line of English opening. Annai Kale, yes. Tal. Tal has played this with the black pieces against Tukmakov. Boris Spassky also has played this. Polugevsky has played this. Amazing. It's a very, very ancient line there. Korchna has played it with white. So d5 played, and I guess they know their classics. So d5 has been played, and Pragg is thinking a bit. I think they're already in a bit of original territory though. First of all, what Alireza is saying, if you take on d5, he will have a choice whether to take with the knight because this is pin, or whether to take with the pawn. Knight d5 looks like the first reaction, because you are attacking the c3 knight and there is a pin over here. And what can white play over here, guys? White to play, what is your suggestion? White to play, let's see. Rohit asks, what tournament is lined up for Arjun and Arvind? Rohit, for Arjun, he is going to be playing in the Norway Open, which is going to start from 27th May. Very, very exciting tournament with 6 players, including Magnus Carlsen, Arjun, Gukesh, Caruana, Hikaru. Yeah, so that one would be an epic one. Also, Arvind, I think Arvind and Pragg are going to be playing in this tournament, which is actually clashing with Norway. So at the same time, we will be having Arjun and Gukesh playing in Norway and Pragg and Arvind playing in this tournament. I forgot about the name. Maybe you guys would remember, but it's in Armenia. And yeah, if things work out, maybe we'll have Harshad Bhai commentating over there. Let's see. Castle, Queen C2. Okay, few suggestions. I'm quickly gonna go and check what are the suggestions by chat over here. So we have Bishop D2, Queen C2, Short Castle. Bots are a lot of suggestions here, but the top ones are Bishop D2, Queen C2 and Short Castle. So these are the suggestions. Let's go and analyze them. Short Castle, first of all, whoever has said, very cool, because after knight takes c3, first queen d8, you try to break the castle. So that's why knight takes d8, black goes a bit passive. B takes c3, and black is saying, okay, thank you for a pawn. Very happy, very glad for such a gift. And white is like, I don't really care. I love to give gifts. Here I am. I have got all the joy attacking your b7 pawn. So ये वाला बहुत ज़्यादा lot of compensation in terms of development, and white is very happy with bishop a3 stopping the castle as well. If you short castle, then comes bishop a3, the rook has to go to e8, and this rook comes here with a tempo attacking c3. So just looking at the position, you already like it for white, and you don't even remember that white is a pawn down. So white is actually giving a positional sack if he will go takes, knight takes, then short castle. So what I am kind of guessing is, if at all Pragg takes over here, then maybe Alireza will go with e takes d5, and we'll say, okay, there is a big threat with d4, or not really, because check takes and you can capture the pawn. Okay, not really. But Alireza is saying that I am ready for the isolated queen pawn. And guys, whenever somebody is ready for IQP, what does it mean? What does it mean? So whenever somebody is ready with an IQP, to play with an IQP, yes, Stefan Avagyan Memorial, if I have pronounced it correctly. Josh, thank you so much. Akit says it means they want to attack. Ronaldo also agrees. Yes, it is basically that you are ready for all the piece activity, for all the dynamic play, and you're ready for all that imbalance structure. So you really want that imbalance in the position. You are okay to accept a weakness in return for that piece activity. So that's why Alireza has gone d5, and it's definitely a move of confidence. And Pragg is thinking whether should I take or should I castle right away and allow d takes c4 over here. But what would, like, this has been played in a few games, by the way. Portish has played with the white pieces, and oh, very interesting, because I remember meeting Portish in Olympiad, which was in Budapest this time, and I got a very nice selfie with him. I couldn't believe that he was there when, in closing ceremony, was taking some photos, and he was sitting on the front row, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool. And in between, I got a selfie with him. He's such a legend. So okay, anyway, coming back over here. So takes, if at all this pawn is taken, which is given free of cost. So what is white's idea? He wants to go here, takes, and then he's completely fine with going back, attacking this. You can see that you cannot defend because of this beautiful bishop here, and that's why this pawn will be recaptured. Knight is capturing it and white is recovering it, and that's also a possibility. So after d5, Pragg has two choices. One is to isolate this pawn. The second one is to go short castle. Let's see if he has any other move, I don't know. But these are the two moves I am expecting. I'm majorly expecting c takes d5. Opening is interesting, guys. Opening interesting ho raha hai. We have 1000 votes for the poll, by the way. And yeah, what's the poll saying? What's the result of the poll as of now? Whoa, a huge percentage is favoring Pragg here. My god. Let's see what happens. Okay, going to Gukesh's game, because we haven't analyzed it much for the opening. Yep, there we have, after we saw till bishop a4, short castle, and h3 was played, and at least in the Leech's game database, there are no games after h3. So very interesting. So Wesley goes d5 and already challenges the center, telling Gukesh that you haven't played c3, you haven't played knight bd2, short castle, nothing. Why should I delay d5 whenever I'm getting it? E takes d5, queen takes d5. Gukesh develops with a tempo on the queen. The queen goes back, he castles, and knight jumps to d4. A beautiful outpost on the d semi-open file over there. White is having this semi-open file, and e5 is going to be, e5 is generally targeted whenever early d5 happens. e5 becomes weak. There is a rook on e1, which puts pressure. It also stops d5. But here black has got a successful d5, and black is already equalizing. Rook e1 has been played. e5 right now is under attack. But you love the knight over here. What is black going to do here? Because black's pieces are all wonderfully placed. Knight e5, is it even a threat? First of all, yeah, you cannot go rook e8 because of the bishop eyeing over here. What else? If knight f3 check, then you call queen f3, and white is actually pretty happy because there is also bishop g5 incoming. So you don't need to take over here. But as of now, how do I support the e5 pawn is a question, because you don't want to go back. Knight d7 looks a little passive, quite passive. There comes knight e4 attacking this guy and this guy. Oh, so there is a question actually. What is black's plan, guys? What is he going to do? Oh my god, a nice move. Black to play. Black to play, guys. I don't know. This looks like Wesley's preparation. As we were looking at that, Wesley has played it with the white pieces and black pieces both. So he would know the traps and tricks of this position. Array, why am I wearing this? Oh, Sohit says, do you know that now in Milk Biki's biscuit pack, there is a contest called Smart Moves with Gukesh's pick in the cover. And you can also get a chance to play with him. Wow, that is so nice, so creative. And also maybe something like this first time. I have never heard of something like this. So, very cool. By the way, Nightbot says, explore our new Chesspa activity books for a colorful, engaging way to learn chess. Yes, guys, do check it out because it's really amazing. We are having it in summer camp as well and people are enjoying it. Yep, there you go. Okay, the move which the chat has suggested, the moves which the chat has suggested are... It's a tough one. Yeah, it's a tough one. But A6 suggested by Srinath, Dheeraj and Back to Chess. Well done. Look at this move A6. So basically if you take the pawn on E5, then black is going to go B5 and attack this bishop. And now if you go bishop B3, what black is saying is, I'm developing my bishop to B7. Look at my rooks, they are connected. Whenever the rooks are connected, the development is complete. So black's development is complete and that is the compensation for giving up the E5 pawn. He has a beautifully placed knight on D4, a nice bishop on C5, keeping an eye on F2. This bishop is a sniper, keeping an eye on G2. The queen is very active. The knight would be controlling important squares here, stopping knight e4, and the rook is ready to come in the game. So guys, if something like this happens, okay, then black is very happy with all the compensation he has, and I think this is what is so Wesley's preparation, and that's why this early d5 which has happened, generally the e5 is weak and you kind of lose the pawn, but in this case black is not just losing the pawn, but black is getting a lot of compensation, and that's why Gukesh will have to figure things out. But so Wesley's thinking here, he's down to 1 hour 6 minutes, and I'm wondering why, because he did go into this by his own choice. Look at this, he went knight d4. At that point he used around 8 minutes, and for rook e1 he's used another 11 minutes. Is it like something he doesn't want to show Gukesh that he is prepared? Not sure. Interesting. Preparation. He's prepared. Amruta, look at his clock. Who? You mean Gukesh is prepared? Oh yeah, 1 hour 34 minutes. How did I forget to look at his clock? 1 hour 34. Wait. Thank you. Who was the one to point that out? Insane. E4, E5 and Gukesh is like not using any time. Quick. Here, every move he actually got 30 seconds. Oh, he even played h3 with a lot of preparation, and maybe h3 is a novelty. I have to check this in ChessBase because on leashes it shows no games, and if this is a novelty, then Wesley will not be prepared. But he did go d5 over here, and now he went knight d4. But if he's going to go move like knight d4, for sure he's going to think of rook e1, right? Attacking e5. Maybe what he had in plan was knight f3, queen f3. Maybe this is what he was looking at. And now, assessing it a bit deeper over here, he thinks that, okay, white is doing pretty well over here. It is a decent position. It's a, like, you know, an original position, the kind of position which Gukesh likes to go into, not too much theory. And this might be his original plan. But after rook e1, he must be now looking at ideas like f6, b5, rook b8, also assessing whether Gukesh is prepared, whether he needs to go into the most important lines or whether he needs to deviate. So all these decisions on Wesley So with the black pieces. And maybe for the first time, we are having such a huge time for white. 1 hour 34 minutes 25 seconds for Gukesh. I'm very keen that whenever Wesley plays, how fast is Gukesh going to make the next move? Guys, maza aane wala hai. Let me know whenever Wesley plays. We have to come back over here. But Guki boy having 30 minutes more on the clock against Wesley So. Now time to move to Praggnanandhaa's game. Pragg playing, some moves have happened over here. Let's go. C takes d5 was played by Pragg over here. And E takes d5. As we discussed, Alireza goes into isolated pawn, short castle played by Pragg. Bishop takes c3. B takes c3. What Alireza is saying is, now I have isolated your pawn as well. But the point is, you want to stop my castle and I'm not letting you do that. Short castle immediately, because at this point if you go bishop a3, then there is no problem, because there is no pawn on e6. My rook over here is on the open file, absolutely making sure that it is attacking the e2 pawn. If you want to go e3 and say, okay, it's not a weakness at all, it's protected, sorry, but that's a really bad move, because look at all the light squares. They are super weak over here. So black would be extremely happy to go for something like this, and with the knight jumping in, with the rook defending, with the rook defending the e4 square, the pawn defending over here, this knight jumping in, there is a lot to take care, and white wouldn't want that. So short castle has been played, and basically white is having a double bishop advantage, but in return black is having this weakness over here, and black is also keeping an eye on the e2 pawn over here. So a nice choice by Alireza. Pragg down to 1 hour 11 minutes. Alireza having 1 hour 26 minutes on the clock. What would be a good move over here? Guys, we have around 900 people watching. Like the stream. 1400 votes hai. Two leaders are playing. Pragg versus Alireza over here. A very crucial game. Pragg is white. Can he beat Alireza? That's the question there. That is the question. Rohit says, I'm stuck on 1600 rating for 6 months. Suggest me some methods to improve my game. Rapid format. Rohit, find a pattern of mistakes in your game. Are those tactical blunders always? Or are those positional blunders? Or are those exchanges? Or do you have badly placed pieces every time? Or when you attack, do you forget about half the board and only look at the king? There are a lot of questions. First, try to find a pattern. Then the next thing is to work on that. Is Harshit Bhai joining today? Harshit Bhai is like a surprise. We never know whether he's joining or not. वो chat में जब भी, whenever he comes there and he says hello, then we know, okay, he's gonna join. But guys, he's traveling from USA to Pune, and with his family, with his friends. I'm sure he's going to be busy over there, but very soon he's going to be coming to Mumbai and having a simul over here at the Phoenix Market City on 18th of May. So all of you in and around Mumbai, do come over here to meet Harshit Bhai. What are the moves which are suggested over here? f3, queen c2, bishop f4. f3 doesn't look good. You blocking your bishop. It does no good. But yes, Nimish, well done. Bishop g5 is a move. Looks like a natural developing move. Also looks like that you're pinning the knight. And by doing that, you have put more pressure on d5. In fact, at this moment, you are threatening to win the pawn. But at the same time, we have to remember that whenever you win this, you may also lose this. At this moment, the c8 bishop, it's not developed, so you have the slight development advantage. But immediately, if bishop goes to g4, then whether you want to win this pawn, takes, queen takes d5. Oh, then he has bishop e2 also. Yeah, in fact, black is happy to take the e2 pawn because this is already isolated. Yeah, so bishop g5, bishop g4 looks like an interesting move there. How many more days for this championship? It's last 3 rounds, today, tomorrow and day after. The tournament ends on 16th of May. Gukesh's game, did he play? Did Wesley play? No, Wesley has not played. Guys, Wesley has been thinking and thinking. It's been a long time. And he's down to 58 minutes. Oops. And Gukesh still having, wow, 36 minutes more. But we did see yesterday Fabi versus Deac. Fabi had around an hour more than Deac. And eventually he had to use and burn all his time. So yeah, but I think Gukesh's time management actually has been very good. Today he does look like, he doesn't look like, you know, he's gone, he's nervous, he doesn't want to, he's not enjoying his tournament performance, hasn't been the best. But Gukesh, as we know, has been a comebacker, so he will try his best to make a comeback over here. Going to Pragg's game, because Pragg has been thinking and he's down to, oh, he played queen c2 and he's removed the queen. He, for whatever reason, he did not like bishop g5 and he decides to go queen c2, or maybe he thinks that Alireza might be better prepared in bishop g5. That's also possible. So he goes queen c2, protects this. Yes, whenever the queen is on c2, there is something on h7, but you have no other pieces. So right now it doesn't make much sense. He's made the d1 square vacate. He's vacated it for his rook to put the pressure on the isolated pawn over here. But at the same time, with the queen on c2, rook d1, there are ideas like c4 with the pin happening over here. So what is the, and he's also kept this bishop on c1 very smartly with the options of, if required, to be developed on, you know, anywhere here or over here. So he will decide it later, but queen c2 and Alireza back at the board. He had made the moves very quickly. Let's see what he's gonna play. Just to have a quick look, Fabi drew. Oh, they repeated with, what was the, okay, Aronian and Fabi drew the game. Interesting. So Fabi is now on 4 points, 4 out of 7. If anybody who is on 3.5 wins, that guy will definitely be a leader. Whether a joint leader or sole leader, we will know later. Just to have a quick look at Nodirbek versus Duda, 9 moves are done, and yeah, kind of a very slight initiative for white. Then we had MVL, who is another leader. He's playing with the black pieces against Deac. The position looks fairly equal with symmetrical pawn structure. And going to Gukesh's game, Wesley is taking more and more time over here, whereas Alireza is also thinking for queen c2 what to do. This is the only board where 2 leaders are facing each other, and that's why a very crucial board to follow, Pragg versus Alireza. Why is Wesley taking so long? Rook e1 doesn't seem like a novelty. Trisha, it's not rook e1 that seems like a novelty, but if you have to go back over here, it was since h3 move, which was a few moves ago, that looked like already very few games over there. It shows over here a novelty, but I have to check it in ChessBase. And the question is, let's try to look at it a little bit more deeply. There is a move a6 which Wesley has. He has knight takes f3, and there is, guys, one more move, one more interesting move which black can play. What's the interesting move? Very tough. Very honestly, I'm not expecting you guys to find it quickly, but take your time and try to find it. Black to play. We have considered the idea, but the move is different. We have not seen the move yet. मिस्टर नेशन मेकर इज सिंह, भाई ये 2700 पे कैसे पहुंचते हैं? हम तो 1700 पे भी नहीं पहुंचे हैं. It's years and years and years of खून पसीना. Yeah, you know, any one thing which you kind of start developing the skill, there is a possibility, but obviously only so few people are about 2700, and that says and shows how tough it is. Some things are extremely tough. What's the move? No, not yet. I don't yet have the move, but maybe Gira has got it. Rook b8 with the same idea of b5. So how does it work? If you take knight takes c5, and there black goes b5, attacking this bishop, how do you face it? If you go back bishop b3, bishop b7, but if you ask me, yes, this was a move, but obviously you prefer a move like a6, so that you can get your rook to later better files. Why is he preferring this move? And what is this shot of knight takes b5, knight takes b5? Why would white give this knight? Wow, all of this looks pretty engine preparation like. Insane. No, this is very insane. Okay, we're not even looking at it, and this is not even going to happen with something crazy like c3 and trapping this knight and all that. c3 and d4 and all of that. But rook e1, and guys, out of a6 and knight f3, I am expecting Wesley to go a6. But look at his time. He's gone to 52 minutes. He's not making a move. Firouzja played. Okay, then we'll go there because we need to see the updates. h6 has been played by Firouzja here. He goes h6. And he says, I want to stop your bishop to develop to g5. He might be a little scared to develop, but does Pragg have a good move? White to play, guys. White to play. What should Pragg play here? Tongue twister. Plugin. What's the plugin, guys? What's the plugin? Are Kimaya, hello. Good to see you in the chat. And we have Hardik Jain, who's a member for 13 months. Backer of Indian Chess. Thank you so much. Tita says, sorry to say, but something seriously needs to be looked into the games in GCD between veterans. The number of quick draws between these players are too much. Yeah, it's an issue for sure. And we don't know how to manage it yet. There cannot be any rules as such, so that's how it is for now. That's why people are coming up with some creative ideas there, and that's where also, if you see, one thing to appreciate is all these youngsters are in general I don't see many draws by, in the opening phase by Pragg or Gukesh, so, or Arjun also. What, Pragg is yawning or what? Is he tired? Is he tired? Come on, Pragg. Important game. You're down to 1 hour 4 minutes. Let's go. What is the move? Yeah. E4, 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 C4, Bishop G2, Knight D4, C4. All of you said C4. Actually, that is the best move suggested by the engine. And can you imagine, because black is having an isolated queen pawn. Generally, isolated pawn in itself, it says that I am isolated, which means I am alone, which means that nobody is there on the adjacent file to defend me, which means that it's a weak pawn. Okay, so whenever we have a weakness, and here we are gonna go c4 ourselves and say that we want to open the position, we want you to dissolve, which is usually what the isolated pawn also tries to do many times. So why this move is good? C4, d takes c4, queen takes c4. What is the reason that such a move can be good? Guys, there is only one very clear reason. Can you tell me why is c4 a good idea? And while you think we have 1000 people following, guys, 50% like ho jaye, 500 like yesterday when Sagar joined, he was like, "Arey 1000 likes kar do dosto," or then he was surprised to know that 1000 likes were already done. So ye hui na baat. तो आज भी मस्त like कर दो and let me know how many likes are there for the stream, because I can't easily see it, so I have to go back and so on. But you guys do give me an update. Bishop activated. Absolutely. Well done. So white is having double bishop, as we had observed when such an exchange happened. Sorry, bishop c5, bishop e4 and bishop c3. So because of this double bishop, who generally craves for open positions, white bishop on b2 is going to be very happy, giving huge pressure on the g7 point, and both the bishops which are open and making these knights the defender and taking away a lot of activity. That is the reason c4 can be a very interesting idea. Takes queen c4. If you think that black will develop with a tempo, bishop e6, attacking the queen, where to go? I find queen h4 very, like, what to say, tempting as such, but black is happy to go knight d5 and challenge the queens, and the endgame should be fine. So maybe just to understand the position slightly better, queen a4, where the queen stays over here, where we are putting pressure on this whole structure there, and then threatening bishop b2. I think a lot of ideas here with bishop b2. Later, the queen is very beautiful, it's very flexible, it can quickly shift over here. Here you can spoil the structure, but c4 played by Pragg. Ooh, let's go. Double bishop, guys. The power of double bishops. Today we are gonna see. Yeah, he's got a very decent position from the opening. I think there is a lot of activity there. I don't know if it is gonna be enough, but imagine that Alireza gets tempted with a move like knight b4. Okay, if he goes over here, then white is very happy. White can just simply go on this diagonal, attack over here, and you have no time to take over d takes c4, or do you have? Oh, because your knight is attacked. Okay, this is a counter attack, so you can still take over here. Yeah, but it's a one move tempo and you don't really achieve much over here. So after c4, what else can black do? Let's say he goes a move directly bishop e6 and doesn't exchange, and if he keeps this kind of a structure, the problem is now you put all the pressure over here because of the pin here by rook d1. The rook is happy and black is gonna suffer over here, like absolutely zindagi ka suffer hone wala hai, guys. So c4, I'm expecting d takes c4 by Alireza. Let's see how long he thinks. But going back to Gukesh's game, Knight f3 has happened, and look at this. Gukesh very quickly played queen f3. He still has what? He used 10 seconds to make this move. c6 played by Wesley. What he essentially said was, sorry Gukesh, I don't want to give you any pawn on e5, and I don't want any compensation as well, because what if you land up with just being a pawn up at the end of it? So he goes knight f3, queen f3, and Gukesh is happy with this exchange. His queen develops. The knight on d4, which was beautiful, is out of the board now. c6, uh, c6 has been played. Wants to develop this bishop very soon. Bishop can't go here, so bishop e6 is the natural square to develop. White goes bishop b3 here. Gukesh goes bishop b3 and says, now if you want to go bishop e6, that's not a good idea, my man, because of very natural move. What is the move white will play here? What will he play here? Shrinan says, Pragg always gives us some interesting things on the board. Yes, Pragg's openings have been amazing. I think we have really enjoyed his openings here in this tournament. Great prep by Pragg. Amit Jindal, well done, very quickly. Bishop was waiting to roar on g5, attacking this knight over here, spoiling the structure ideas also. And now for black, with this kind of a thing, if you even try to go back passive on d7, as we always know, whenever the knight from f6 moves, this knight very happy to jump in the center and attack these two guys, because the c5 bishop is beautiful. You'll be happy for such an exchange. This knight and this bishop, if they are exchanged, it favors white. Okay, so you can't really move the knight, and that's why bishop, to save it, bishop b3, and then intermezzo can be bishop takes f6, where we will reach such a position, and it will be this knight versus this bishop, but the rook is opened up, the pawn structure is spoiled, and for sure Gukesh will have some ideas over here to put more pressure on black pieces. Maybe after bishop d4, if it exchange, rook endgame should be draw, but white is saying that, engine is saying that this should be better for white. Okay, Wesley down to 47 minutes, and Gukesh is still having 1 hour 31 minutes. After bishop b3, Wesley is thinking what to do here, but what a time difference. Gukesh has managed to keep 43 minutes more on the clock than Wesley. 43 minutes. Like the stream, guys. इतना ज़्यादा time difference है, तो why not? Okay, now let's go to the, is there a move by Alireza? Quickly checking the game of his for c4. No, he's still thinking, and Pragg is not at the board at all. If Alireza does not go for d takes c4, guys, then Pragg will get much more, pleasant position. He needs to take the pawn on d4 over here, on c4 over here. One more idea, if at all he goes d4, the problem is you have rook d1, you have bishop b2, and everybody is attacking these three guys, so you're gonna even lose the pawn. You can't think of that. So c4, I think I'm surprised that Alireza is not making a move quickly, because d takes c4 looks like the natural move, but as we know, they do not have the engines over there. For them, many more moves will seem natural, like bishop e6 is one and knight b4 is another, like we were analyzing. But so बाकी क्या चल रहा है, guys? Arav says I'm gonna play a classical tournament in 1 month. Oh, how to prepare? क्या बात है Arav? I think you can watch the YouTube series which Sagar has made. All of them. Learn from classics. Slow and steady with Biswa. Grandmaster preparation wala series. So watch all the series, Arav. Very nicely with lot of focus. And Nightbot says, Dosto, don't forget to like and subscribe. Guys, Nightbot also making a lot of friends saying Dosto. As we know, AI going into a new tangent. Majestic is saying Wesley is cooked. But over there, guys, these people can Oh, he played. He went bishop. Oh, big update. Bishop d7 played, and for the first time, Guki down to below 1 hour 30 minutes. Wesley says, I don't want to go bishop e6. I want to keep this bishop, and he's allowed such a beautiful bishop over here. My question is, there is a good move for white. There is a good move for white to play. Can you suggest a good move for white? And wait, why is that not working? Oh, we have Arindam Basu in the chat who has found a move which is even Arav. Yes, knight a4. But let's try to understand this move a little deeper. If knight a4, as we have already decoded, ki white will be happy with the exchange of knight versus bishop. And white was not getting knight on e4 because of this guy. But here, when the bishop vacated the square on a4 and he was like, yaar, aap aa jao, okay? मैं अभी उधर से निकल रहा हूँ, अभी आप आ जाओ. So knight a4, bishop cannot go over here. If bishop goes here, then comes c3, and then you will have to exchange the you will have to settle for the exchanging the bishop. And white, mind you, is very happy with such an exchange. Okay, with double bishop, he is having a great advantage there. So going back, if black says, no, I want to really retain my bishop, and he attacks the rook on a1, e1, c3 over here, and now he tries to go bishop a5. Okay, so he can manage to get his bishop out of this forced exchange. And now comes the move, white to play, which is very, very powerful, guys. Very, very powerful. A typical idea, but very powerful when it works. Let's see how many of you can find. Even 10 people if you can find, I would be amazed. I already have a few answers. Well done, Shreyan. Well done, Shreyan, Mani, Arindam, Vimla, Hansika, Sharanya, and Sai Prasad, and Anay. Well done there. D4, center kholo. Kholo darwaze. Guys, d4 would be so powerful over here because this bishop is completely doing nothing. We have got a very beautiful knight on c6 which is usually there. It's gone from there, it's out from there, and d4 is basically attacking e5. It's challenging e5. If black takes the pawn on d4, then here comes the continuation, white to play. Here comes an important continuation, white to play, and that is the reason. Oh my god, Will. But Wesley missed it. And sometimes if one player has missed it, many times we have seen even the other player misses it because it is a little too deep, but it is beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my god, what a geometry. Insane. What a geometry. Too good. And all of this, why? Because of this move, bishop d7. You see the what is the opposite of power? You see the powerless of this move. You see the problem of this move, guys. Bishop d7. I don't know how easy it is for Gukesh to spot it. But yes, we have got these right answers, and guys, all of you are gonna be proud of yourself because 15 answers over here. Arindam, top 3, Divyanshu, Ruhan, Anay, Sharanya, Vimla, Sai Prasad. Netra and Naman absolutely amazingly spotted. Bishop f4 comes in. What do we call this move? What is such a move called? Look at this queen. It cannot go anywhere. This is covered in an X-ray way. This is covered because of the rook on e1. This is covered by the knight. This is covered by the pawn, and this is covered by the bishop. The queen is trapped. Bishop blocks the queen, and all of that brings in this tactical idea. It's insane to just feel that the queen is trapped on d6 all of a sudden. I find this absolutely brilliant. Absolutely. How do you like it, guys? How do you like it? Yup. So bishop f4 and power shock. Boom, bam. Boom, bam. Okay, queen trapper. Guys, the one word, the theme is over here, intermezzo. This move is intermezzo. Why are we saying that? That naturally, ye mara or ye mara, fatak se, it's like a reaction. Whatever reaction which we give many times without thinking, कि कुछ तो गलत हो जाता है, like, अरे ये कैसे कर दिया? But it's like pause. It's like you pause over there, and only then you can find intermezzos. Intermezzos are most of the times the counter-attacking moves. Like you kind of attack. You don't go for the absolutely expected thing, absolutely predicted thing, but you go for something else which is attacking something else. So bishop f4, and keep that in mind that whenever you are recapturing, okay, try to see if you have anything in between which can shock the opponent, but it of course also has to be a good one, because opponent is like shock to ho gaya, but yeah, kya hi bakwas chal khela hai. So so amazing. Rook is hanging, can't be where is the rook hanging? No, this is intermezzo. No, even, oh, that way you cannot take here because bishop on e1. Got it, that way. But in general, a move when you cannot capture here, obviously this is a bishop on a5, I missed it. But otherwise, this move, such a move is called as intermezzo in a normal scenario when you could take on d4. But it's a beautiful queen trap, and I think while Wesley played bishop d7, I don't think he was expecting anything like knight a4. Whether Gukesh will be looking at knight a4, because guys, it is all of a sudden happening. Natural move, all of you, when I asked you what should white play, was bishop g5. Everyone said bishop g5, and I believe Wesley also thought of this move, and that is the reason he kept the bishop on d7 and not e6, so that the f6 knight is already protected over there. And he wanted to jump bishop d4, where this knight cannot easily move because the b2 pawn is in the pin. The knight is in the pin there. So it's only this is an idea where you kind of spot it, then you play it. And I think Wesley has spotted it once he has played it, because he is sitting there on the board and very focused. Also, look at him, looks a bit stressed over here, slightly. It's too tough to find a sequence, says Prasad Thakre. Yeah, Polly says normally why is it called an intermezzo, as I think I explained it. Wow. Okay, we will look at this because Gukesh will definitely need some time to think about this, and the good part is he has a lot of time. I think Wesley has spotted this, but Gukesh not yet sure whether he's looking at bishop g5 ideas, whether he's looking at any other ideas with even queen g3, which will look tempting with the bishop jumping on h6 and so on ideas, but being careful with knight e5 at the same time. E5 is under attack, under pressure. So let's quickly now move to Pragg's game and see what has happened over there. Praggnanandhaa, after queen c4, dc4 was played by Alireza. He took how much time? Oh, he took quite a lot of time. He took around 13 minutes. And Pragg here took the pawn on c4 very quickly. So, a 9-minute difference over here. And Alireza was prepared with his next move of bishop e6, which just happened right now. And it's been only 2-3 minutes since Pragg is thinking where to take the queen. Because there are number of possibilities for the queen to go. Like, one is queen a4 we were looking at. We also looked at queen h4 where the knight was jumping to d5. I would actually even consider queen f4. You may not want to go because knight d5 is a tempo. So that's something which doesn't look very interesting. And what else? Yeah, on c file, if you want to keep the queen, then it's an open file and you kind of feel a bit scared to keep the queen in front of the rook. So maybe not. But at the same time, you may get this bishop and queen battery for the g7 pawn. And there is no real disco there. Because if you go knight d4, you lose the piece. If you go knight b4, you lose the piece. Same with knight e5 or knight a5. Very cool. That is very cool. But it's not very natural to go queen c3, and Pragg goes queen a4. Nice move found, Pragg. Well done. Very nice move in whatever little way, trying to still keep the pressure over here. But let's not forget, Alireza has 2 pawns over here. That's one imbalance, 2 versus 1. And white is having these 4 versus 3 over here. So in pawn structure, this is the imbalance. Then Pragg has double bishop advantage. The position is pretty open, but black looks like about to complete his development as well. And because there is no pawn here, there are some more weaknesses here, which the knights, if this knight reaches here, white will have to be a bit careful. And in fact, right now the question is, why not knight d5 with the threat of knight c3? Because knight c3 is a fork, is a deadly fork. So knight d5, what's the plan? Obviously, you will develop over here and stop knight c3. And then the knight goes to b6 to attack the queen and to push the queen away from here. Maybe we will enter something like this kind of a territory. Yep. So, क्या लगता है guys? What do you think? What do you think? What I think this might end in a draw. I think. But if Alireza wants to, one thing we have seen Pragg in this tournament, there were so, and in fact even in the last tournament, Superbet Rapid and Blitz, where even if it is a draw, he would still go for a fight. He was just not accepting draw, and that has been an amazing attitude by Pragg. Though he sometimes would overstretch and even lose, even in a drawn position, because he would fight hard. But here he is just taking risks and he's trying his best. But such a position also will depend a bit on how Alireza is going to take it into. What do you think? How many of you are planning to play any tournament within a month? And how are you all even preparing for that? Sen says Pragg is a gem. Absolutely. Grandpa says Pragg also likes to keep fighting. That's what, Pragg. Guys, drink water, like the stream here. Let's go. How many likes do we have right now? Do we have 50%? 600 likes. Can we go for 600 likes? Chalo, chalo, chalo. Amazing video says 1 hour puzzles, 1 hour game and 1 hour analyzing. Kya baat hai? I believe you have made a very solid plan for yourself before the tournament and doing it very focused, in a very focused way. So keep it up. Shrinan says I'm playing my second FIDE rated tournament this month. Whoa! All the best. 425 likes. Guys, 500 kar do. 500 likes. Let's go. That's it. And we may have Sagar in very some time joining us. Generally, he's walking on the streets and then he's calling us. So, like kar do, yaar. Like kar do. Ganesh Babu says Gukesh has now taken around 16 minutes for his 13th move. Yes, and I think it's a very important position because if he finds knight a4, he will get this advantage, whether he will find it or not. Because so Wesley has missed it. And it's not like very, visually it doesn't feel very obvious that queen on d6 is getting trapped. So, not easy, but a very crucial moment. Okay, let's go for let's also have a quick look at after Pragg. Vaishali is playing today. Yesterday she lost with Alexandra Koshchenuk. Today she is playing against Tan Zongi, another very solid player. And they have reached this position where Vaishali went for early bishop g5. Or maybe we can say Tan Zongi delayed the short castle. And now, yes, when black has not castled, you can go g5 very soon because you cannot really, this sacrifice is kind of powerless. It doesn't work over here through many ways, but rook g8 comes very quickly as well. So bishop g3, knight h5 has been played by Tan Zongi. Okay, still an opening position. Also to show you guys, Asian individual is going on and we have Abhimanyu Puranik playing on the top board. This is his position. Okay, let's look at the evaluation. It's a bit unclear. Knight e5 was the last move, but Abhimanyu Puranik, who is known as a great attacker, we have seen so many he sacrifices a lot. Yeah, he makes chess very crazy. Very strong player, 2600. So look at it. Look at the ratings, 2624 versus 2621, and both of them are having 24 minutes on the clock, and they have to make 22 moves. So wow, a very important game for Abhimanyu, in fact, and a nice position with the black pieces. But here he is reached a stage where he must take this knight, otherwise he will be in trouble. If takes, then bishop takes e5 there, and whoa, there is a sack incoming by Daneshwar. Takes, rook e1. All these guys engine moves here, so a lot of calculations done by Bardia. We have to see what Abhimanyu is going to go for. But for some reason, this sacrifice is working and it's going into compensation. We'll analyze this later. But there is another interesting game which is Setu Raman versus Nihal going on. And it seems that Setu Raman is having some advantage over here. Because he's a pawn up. This is an extra pawn over there. Also, these pawns have created some weaknesses over here. So the compensation is that there is a bishop with black, but it may not be an enough compensation. So Setu Raman also, after takes, f takes e3, that black to play. Actually no, rook a8 was played, and now Nihal is threatening to make the e3 pawn as a weakness. So Setu Raman slightly better over here, and Murli Karthikeyan is playing with the black pieces. It looks equalish. SL Narayanan is playing with the white pieces and he is having a better position against Madaminov. Pranesh versus Srihari, it ended in a draw. Pranav Anand is playing with the black pieces, slightly under trouble. Okay, so that's about the Asian individual, guys. Coming back to our board, Queen a4 has been played and Rook e8 played by Firouzja. Rook e8. Oh, Gukesh played. Gukesh made a move here. Yeah, he played what? Bishop g5. I think this is what we were kind of expecting. A natural move, bishop g5. But all that we know is whenever this pawn is gone, bishop f4 will trap the queen. So that's something to take care of. And after bishop g5, now Wesley, if at all after bishop d7, let's say while Gukesh was thinking, if he has found such an idea, he will make sure that it is time for black to make some square for the bishop. So either he will go bishop d4 or or he may even go a5 where he's keeping a square for his bishop on a7. One of that he might play. One of that moves he might play. Because if he attacks the bishop over here and forces the bishop to capture on f6, queen takes f6, queen takes f6, g takes f6. Then over here after knight e4, when both of them are attacked, the black bishop will go back to e7, defend this, then the king will defend this, and with the double bishop, it's not enough, for white to put huge pressure on black. I am kind of expecting this. Oh, he goes rook a e8. He's going rook a e8 and defending the e5 pawn. Ryan says, how are you today? Let's go Pragg for the win. Totally. Yeah, this was missed, but I think it wasn't very obvious because that's what we discussed when Wesley also misses it. And also it's not a very common thing, no guys. We were looking at an idea whenever this pawn is moved, kind of go knight a4, c3, d4 with the idea of bishop f4 trapping the queen. And that idea still exists. In fact, look at this move. Like let's say white goes rook a d1, and if black ignores such an idea, then still d4, ed4, bishop here could be a threat. d4, bishop d4. No, the bishop d4 comes. It doesn't work. Okay. But rook a e8 and Gukesh is thinking here. Let's go to, hi Didi, how are you? Let's go to Pragg's game and see what Firouzja has played today. He's also gone rook e8. So both Wesley and Firouzja, last moves of them were going rook to e8. And now a good time, yeah, Pragg will go bishop b2 because he shouldn't think much here. In fact, rook e8 was played just a while ago. Wait a second. No, 3-4 minutes ago. And yeah, Pragg goes bishop a2. Pragg has completed his development. His rooks are connected. His bishops are beautifully placed. And the queen has to develop because rook d1 is going to come with a tempo. The queen will have to decide where to develop. Most probably it will go to the e file because the rook cannot attack the queen on the e file. There is queen b6 as well, but then that's what, you are on the open file and the rook on b1 at some point is gonna put some pressure, plus you have to take care of this little one on f6. So bishop b2 has been played. Most probably he will develop his queen to e7 and then white is gonna bring his rook on c1. I think this position has a lot of juice for white. There is a lot of pressure. Material is equal and the chances to win one pawn over here is with all the pressure. If that happens, it will be huge. But in case, let's say, many times what happens is you kind of exchange a lot of pieces, eventually win one pawn, but then it's a rook endgame and there is 4 versus 3 and kind of fizzles out. So that's the story number of times. But Hobby Talk says 500 likes, guys. 500 likes ho gaya hai. Thank you so much. 1200 people, 500 likes. We are preparing for Sagar Shah whenever he joins in. We should have 1000 likes. So guys, like kar do stream ko. Nightbot says subscribe to ChessBase India Clips channel where we will have a lot of fun. आज का opening comparatively okay. Like yesterday we had, until yesterday we had a lot of crazy openings. I think today the middle game is gonna get crazy for both the people. For both the boards, I mean. What is the current standing? Okay, let me show you the current standing. This is the current standing. MVL, Firouzja, Pragg, Caruana, all 4 of them on 3.5. Deac, Aronian and so on 3. Nodirbek and Duda on 2.5. And Gukesh is on 2. So these are the current standings over here. No, I haven't seen any photos as such. In the photos I didn't see, but I don't have an idea. But only on the only based on the photos, I haven't checked much. Bishop into b3 and the e2 pawn is hanging, says Swagger. If you take over here, yes, I think queen takes b3, so that you are looking at both of them. And if let's say rook takes e2 here, ooh, big blunder. Wow, why so? What's happening? Okay, got it. White to play. White to play, guys. Good question. Good question, Swagger. I think I'll just get some water. Ryan says you and Pragg left at the same time. Lol. Oh, funny, funny. Nice. And what is Alireza doing? Look at the way he's calculating. Yes, do you like the full screen or do you like the big board? Big board, full screen. Big board, big board. Bapre, so many more people like big board. Insane. Interesting. Okay, then we'll have the big board most of the times. We have Mahendra who is suggesting a variation over there, and let's go and check that out. After rook e8 has been played in Gukesh's game, he says rook a d1, h6 over here, and d4. Oh, is that working? d4. I thought I made a blunder actually. Hg5. But firstly, what about bishop d4? Oh, bishop d4 ko takes gf6, and this is brilliant. This is brilliant. What did he play? Oh, he has played rook a d1. Guys, this is interesting. Arey, thank you, Mahendra Reddy. We are going into an interesting game, but I think Wesley will not allow that. He will go bishop d4 and firstly stop d4. In case he doesn't go for something like that, and if he tries to do h6 kind of an idea, then d4 is a boom bam move. d4 is actually a very powerful move, where if bishop d4, that was the reason, earlier I thought, okay, it doesn't work. If bishop takes d4, the problem is bishop f6, queen f6, queen f6, gf6, and here white to play. What is a good move? White to play, what is a good move? AMK says big board at this time in full screen when it is a time scramble. Got it. Look at the standings once again later, but everybody has found a move. Knight e4, Bharat Raj, Shriyan, Sanay, Hobby, Jyoti, Praveen, Som, Sudhindra and Ganesh Babu. You've got it right. The move is knight e4, attacking f6, and you can see loose pieces drop off. There is a big threat with c3, as it is a big pin over here, and if you go f6, boom bam fork, knight f6, you lose material here. So that is not possible, and that's why h6 would be definitely will bring in a lot of pressure over here with d4. Okay, after d4, if you go h takes g5 here, then d takes c5. You gave up a piece, you got this piece, and now this is under pressure So what to do? Once again, a good move is knight e4, deflecting the knight over here. If knight takes e4, then you go rook d7, and look at this guy. Bishop on b7. This is pinned. This is attacking. If the knight goes back to f6, attacking this, stopping this thing, then the rook says, no problem. I had another one. It was a double attack. And then he takes the b7 pawn. This is isolated. This is under pressure. So an amazing moment over here. The most natural move is a mistake. He won't do that. Wesley is very smart. What in fact I think is, this bishop which is constantly giving a lot of problems, either he can even go back over here because the work is done, the rook is out. At the same time, you cannot move the queen anywhere else easily. f6 needs to be protected. But this move bishop d4, if you play stopping d4, then jumps in even knight e4, because this is forced, otherwise you are going to lose a pawn over here. So knight takes e4 is forced, and with d takes e4, once again quite a lot of pressure here. So guys, Gukesh's game is getting interesting, slow and steady. He is having 1 hour 5 minutes, 42 minutes for Wesley So. We are on move number 14th, and a lot of tactics happening with LPDO. Agent Prajapati says, I think it will be a draw. Wesley is one of the best defenders in chess. That is very true that Wesley is the best defender. Though he had, today we have seen him that making a move like this, something was missed. Though it was very difficult, but still, he did miss that. And maybe right now, because if he found out that he had missed that, then he will be extra alert. So it all depends on what his next move is going to be. Quickly going to Praggnanandhaa's game, guys. After rook e8, bishop b2, this was played. Knight d7 was played by Alireza. Look at this guy, so smart. He goes back with the knight, and he's delayed developing the queen over here, and he is going knight b6. We were looking at knight d5, knight b6. He's going knight d7, knight b6. And one more important thing is that queen cannot come to g4. It's very nicely covered. With knight b6, yes, the queen is not just going to be attacked, but the knight is also going to jump to c4 and keep pressure over here on this guy on b2. So yeah, very good move found by Alireza. And for Pragg, it's a question, how is he going, is he going to plan and pin this knight here with rook f d1? Does he want to go rook f d1 and rook a c1? The e2 is constantly going to be under pressure. Once you go rook d1, at some point later, not now because this queen is here, but bishop g4 is something to be careful about. James says, watching from Zambia. Whoa, thank you, James. That is amazing. And guys, have we reached 800 subscribers or not yet? Oh yeah, we have reached 26,25,812 subscribers. Our goal for today is 26,000 subscribers. So like the stream, subscribe to the channel. How many likes do we have? Have we reached 600 likes, guys? If not, then like karo. 1400 people are watching over here. Like karo. Sagar Shah is gonna join us very soon. Okay, I'll end the poll. What do you think? We have already got 3,000 votes over here, and the poll is saying that Pragg wins 67%, draw 22%, Alireza wins 11%. So that's the poll. अभी के लिए end करते हैं and let's see. Tushar is like Magnus tweeted, world champion versus Magnus. Okay, interesting. Maybe, yeah, he is. He might be planning something, yeah, something with himself also possible. I don't know if at all there is a tricky thing over there. But Norway is going to be epic. Yes, Tushar. I mean, that's one of my favorite events. Personally, I love that event. where if the game ends in a draw, then the players have to play Armageddon. So the draw is not accepted. Alireza played top engine, knight d7. It will be a draw. Bishop c6, bc6. Oh, I don't think we are even going to consider winning such a pawn, are we? Takes, queen takes c6, rook c8 is there, but also now that the queen has moved, bishop g4 also could be in the air, attacking the e2, because look at the light squares. They look very weak. Though it is equal, I think black is very happy. You shouldn't think of the move bishop takes c6 when the position is so open, and when one of your, this whole thing has the double bishop to put pressure on these two diagonals like scissors. So Pragg looking here and there, but obviously thinking about the game here. Let's zoom in here. Yeah, that's the position here. I don't think that he's still yet ready with the move. I think he's gonna take a bit of time here. And what exactly he might be looking at, because once the knight has moved back, maybe the knight, because it cannot go to d5 and h5 anymore, is queen f4 a move to consider, and already prepare with against knight b6. Can this be a move to consider? But black is saying that whenever your queen is going to come for the attack, I'm ready to exchange the queen. So yeah, Pragg will have to calculate queen g5. In this is, how are there 3000 votes with only 1.4k people watching? Because there a lot of people come and go. That's why. Darla saying, I think Wesley's in attacking mood today. Ooh, I doubt it. Arey guys, I think you all must have seen Sama's Insta. He's making a comeback. And that's the thing. Everyone makes a comeback, guys. Everyone should make a comeback no matter what happens. And yes, he's gonna be having a show. He's gonna be having shows very, very soon. So yeah, it's a great news there. What's the winning plan for Pragg? It is difficult to think right now. Winning plan. Winning to hai nahi. He's not winning right now. It's too far from that. But what Pragg will have to try and manage is to slow and steady put pressure with, let's say, the knight at the right time coming to c5, and along with the help of this bishop together as a team, having rook on b1 or c1, and the whole thing goes over here. So one is this queen side. Over here he can put pressure. The other thing is, then there is the g7 point, but then you have only the bishop and the queen coming together. For the knight to reach there, it's gonna be a little bit of a time there. But if at all Alireza is a bit careless or overstretching, then some things like this, black will have to be careful. I think in general Alireza has been in a good form, and such a position, he only has to make sure that he doesn't make some big inaccuracies. And if that happens, then he will be able to take it towards equality with the black pieces. So though my prediction is a draw, I think Pragg will try his hardest to try and put Alireza in a situation where he will have to make some mistakes. Okay, going to Gukesh's game, because what's happened after rook d1? Oh, bishop c8 played by Wesley. This is the move which we were talking about, where the bishop goes back, and finally, all the tactics which were happening on the d7 bishop, because of the d7 bishop, Black has got rid of that. And now the question is, what are the candidate moves for Gukesh, guys? Like, what do you see? White से क्या खेलोगे यहाँ पे? क्या suggest करोगे? नहीं, suggest मत करो यार. What would you play? That's the question. What's your suggestion? Or what's your decision? Bishop f6 says hobby talks. Knight a4 attacking this bishop now. Okay. Very good question. Why not knight a4, by the way? Bishop f6, queen f6, knight e4. Oh, but then your pawn structure. Yeah, this is queen takes f3, g takes f3, and then the bishop will move. Rook lift. कहाँ पे? यहाँ it cannot come. यहाँ it cannot come. कहाँ पे? कौन सा? Oops, sorry. कहाँ पे lift है भाई? Lift तो बंद पड़ गई है. A3. You already want to stop bishop b4. Interesting. Prophylactic. What about knight e5? Knight e5 is illegal. What exactly are you trying to say? Okay, let's check the most natural idea, knight a4, where you are trying to win this bishop, and this is what we were looking at. But at this point, when the bishop goes over here, c3, and the bishop goes back, you know, the move earlier which we were looking at was d4. And at that point of time, when black was taking on d4, the problem was that white had bishop f4 trapping the queen. But at this point of time, the queen is not getting trapped. The queen can go back because this bishop has made that path for him. रानी के लिए वो मार्ग बन गया है. So bishop f4 and black is fine. And also there is rook e1 check in between. So you don't even need to worry about the rook on d1. Okay. So this is not powerful anymore because the bishop goes back. So it was a very, you know, that one knight a4 idea was a very specific moment idea. It's not happening anytime more. Let's say this black is fine. In fact, black is even happier if white goes knight a4. The other option which people were saying is if you take and then go knight e4, then black is happy again to go bishop e7, defend this, and this pawn structure is nothing to cry on because double bishop is a good enough thing. It's endgame. White has nothing really. So what is it that white can really try? I think it is only knight e4 where you are forcing this and d takes e4 is happening, where the pawn structure is symmetrical, but we have double bishop versus double bishop. We can't even say that there is any double bishop advantage. In a rare situation, both of them are having double bishop, but white's rook might be better placed than black's rook, and also black's rook cannot very quickly come to the d file because it is covered, nor it can be kicked away because there is a pin over here. So very nicely placed pieces, but that is only for now. Very soon black could exchange this bishop and he could even go f6, but then we might land up in a position where white may have a good bishop versus bad bishop and such kind of dynamics. But this is something which might give the best possibility. Yeah, that's what I feel. Oh, so he is thinking he's down to 59 minutes and he still has 25 minutes more than Wesley So. This is 14th move. No, 14 moves at this is 15th move for which Gukesh is thinking right now. What should he play karke? So other than knight e4, and you know there is a move which is bishop e3 which the computer suggests to exchange the dark square bishops, because after takes, what else? Queen e3 or rook e3? Rook takes e3. Queen e3 is interesting in fact because you're looking at a7. Wow. Queen e3 is interesting. You're looking at a7 over here. And if a move like c5, then the knight comes to e4. But I don't know if this is going to be again. So we are looking at something where, White is able to put some pressure. But as we know that Wesley has been a great defender, and Wesley is, drinking. What is he drinking, guys? What is he drinking? कितने सारे glass हो गए? I think he's drinking green tea. That's my guess. What about you? Ganesh Babu says green tea. सेम सब लोग वही गेस कर रहे हैं. अच्छा. Black coffee. Ooh, I doubt black coffee because he had this dip wala thing, I thought. Did he not? Warm water. Yeah, warm water is very good for your health. Coffee, I'm not sure, though many chess players do drink. Limbu pani says Soham Pandey. Beer allowed nahi hai, guys. Not allowed. Okay. Going back to the position, while Gukesh is thinking, let's see if Pragg has decided on his move. Not yet. In fact, Pragg is down to 37 minutes and taking some time over here. This is move number 16 and he needs to, still be careful because 25 more moves have to be made. Having a quick look at another leader who is MVL, and this looks very, very equalish for now. But MVL has more time and, well, looks equalish, but there is something about the structure. Still, I think, yeah. Maybe White could have very, very slight initiative because of this bishop or what. But right now, everything is controlled. It doesn't have anywhere to go. But it would be beautiful, I think, on this diagonal. If I can bring it on B1. Don't think there's much time, and there is this G3 pawn. By the way, Black did not take here because D5 was hanging, but it was still okay. So MVL, if it ends in a draw, Caruana versus Aronian has ended in a draw with Perpetual, and then if Pragg's game ends in a draw, then we will still have 4 people who will be on lead. And in case if anyone wins from Nodirbek and Duda, crazy. Then I guess one of them might join. So that will become very crazy. That the tournament will be so much kind of opened up. Complan, Bono attack. कुछ भी चल रहा है chat में. Yeah. So Pragg is still thinking. It's been, guys, how long it's been? In fact, it's been 20 minutes since Pragg is thinking. We have seen so many other games, but here, what is it that Pragg is trying to think? इतना deep क्या सोच रहे हो प्रज्ञानंदा? हमें भी बताओ जरा. तब तक, guys, like the stream. Like the stream. Vikhyat is suggesting a variation for me to check. What is the variation? Okay, let's check the variation here. He says bishop takes f6, queen takes f6, queen takes f6, g takes f6. Black has double pawn and open g file for the rook to come in. Okay, this is nothing for white. We did analyze such a variation. Nothing it will be very drawish. Now I'm a bit worried about Pragg's time, in fact. And also because, he has been kind of, sometimes he has not been objective. Whenever it has been equalish, he's tried for, winning the game, which personally, I love that attitude. I really love that attitude. So I'm very happy to see that, because sometimes you may lose some games, but then there are a number of times where you win. But yeah, it's been a long thought here, 20 minutes, and in fact, they were at a similar time. So this one gives Alireza a bit of relief because he's got this extra time there. Alireza himself, many times, as we know, has been a time pressure guy. He comes under extreme time pressure, but he is able to manage that. And what about Vaishali? While we are at Pragg's game, let's have a quick look at Vaishali's game as well, because she's playing with Tan Zongi and wow, she's got a slightly better position. That, wait a second, but what was this? Look at this. She played knight e3 and she allowed takes and such a doubled isolated pawn. Whoa, and she maybe assisted very nicely that white is slightly better. How did she assess this? Because of this h6 on the g file, because black will have to make sure that the rook is defended and such tactics do not come with the pin. And I think what Vaishali is thinking is c5 was played. She goes b4 and kicks this knight away. C takes b4. Pragg has, by the way, made the move. C takes b4 and the knight goes back. And Vaishali is saying, you know guys, a beautiful move for Vaishali. Okay, can you guess? Maybe I'll ask this question and then we will move to Praggnanandhaa's game. But abhi ke liye siblings, we are watching siblings here. What is a good move for Vaishali? Can anyone guess it? I wouldn't be considering that move on the first glance. As of now, nobody on Pragg's board. Alireza is yet to come to the board, but over here, what would be a good move for Vaishali? Can anyone try to find it? My guess is nobody will suggest. That's my guess. Nobody will be able to suggest. Oh wow, Ankush Goel has found it. And exactly, you know, you don't look at a move like castle, especially when you have such weak pawns, especially when black is like ready for roaring attack over here with let's say g5. So you feel that your king is weak here. But look at this move, castle. The threat is knight d4 and you winning a piece here. That's the threat. It's amazing. And if at all the queen moves away and saves that threat, this bishop jumps into b3, putting pressure on the f7 point. So it is an epic understanding. What Vaishali has, you know, tried to think is extremely creative. Vaishali OP ho jaye, guys. It wasn't very easy to allow such a thing, which even Tan Zongi, I believe, misassessed. Oops. To allow such a doubled pawn. Knight g3, hg3, which at the first glance looks so good for black. But it's not so. It's not so. She understands the value of this open file and all the pressure on the f7 points. Beautiful. Okay, let's go to Pragg's game now. Time to go there because he has made the move queen f4, the move which we were looking at. Queen f4, because the knight's gone back, there is no tempo on d5 or h5. So queen f4. Also, guys, there is a square for this knight, which he will be very happy to be on. What are the squares you would like for the b3 knight? Just to know. Yes, rook f1 was better. Instead of castle. Dharmaraj solved lot of tactics. You can even check out the woodpecker method and try to solve it if that helps. You know, sometimes for people, when they have a book with a number of positions, it's very easy to plan one page a day kind of a thing. Solve whatever number of positions are there on that page. It's a kind of a direct plan for yourself. What is the question? d4, 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 c5. Yes, c5 is definitely there. I mean, if you get it right now, it's controlled. But there is one more square, guys, which is, look at this, an open file over here and a beautiful outpost on d6. If this knight manages to reach d6, this one, majorly these two, because it will be a huge pressure on b7, and of course there is pressure on f7 which is guarded, but it's not easy to get the knight there quickly. But from here it can go there, it can. Time nahi hai na, lekin time nahi hai. Queen f4. In fact, यहाँ पे what should black play is a question. We were looking at the move queen g5, right? Queen g5, where if white exchanges, then is having a slight edge. If you go queen c7 and enter here saying that, array, look at your b7 pawn. The problem is, because white's queen is so active, black is saying, yaar, मेरी भी तो रानी है यहाँ पे. I will defend, I will attack even your e2 pawn. So this looks really good. And then suddenly what is the queen doing here on c7? Because rook c8 is going to kick that away. So queen f4 has been played, and maybe Alireza goes queen g5, but maybe he says that why not move the rook to c8, because anyway I have to protect the c6. Anyway, it's better to get out of such a pin and such ideas over there. And then later I will think of whether I want to go queen g5 or not. But at this point of time, I think what Pragg has in mind. Pragg has in mind an interesting idea. Guys, what is an interesting idea here which Pragg will have? Madin, I'm using Lee Chess. You can go there and watch, go to watch and broadcasts, and you will be able to see the games. Rook b1, says Shrinan, says Vikyat. Rook b1. Oh, you want to make that little mysterious kind of a move. But not really. I feel, okay, his idea would be, it's not like you're getting a better position or something like that. It's not like a big game changer. But h4, which kind of stops queen g5. And such an idea, because at some point when you go h5 and clamp these pawns at the right time, even in the endgame, it's a very useful move. So maybe also helps sometimes where, you know, whenever these bishop h3 and mating net is created. So creating an escape square in this way. So this is something which I think Pragg might be thinking about. But Alireza has a lot of options to think about. There's also continuing with his plan with knight b6. But whenever you move the knight, the white knight is very happy, jumps into c5, and there is a huge pressure over here on b7 especially. Because guys, if you go rook b8 and say I want to defend this, okay, or for that matter, yeah, if you go rook b8 and say you want to defend this, then comes in rook f d1, another tempo, and then comes in rook c1, and then I'm not immediately taking the bishop. And if you try to take the a2 pawn, then comes boom, bam, white to play. What will you play? White to play, guys. At least 20 people. Try to find it. 20 people. Satyavir says this game is looking like Candidates 2024, Alireza versus Vidit Gujarati. Amazing memory. Kya hi? Badhiya. Too good. Whoa. I want at least 20 people and I have already got almost 12 answers. They were Chess Warrior, Anjali Gupta, Aryaman, I am Ashu, Devarsh, another Devarsh, Amit, Ankush, Godfrey, and Yuvraj Singh. Kya baat hai? That's the right move. Knight b7, boom bam. If rook takes b7, then comes in bishop c6 with a double attack, a deadly double attack. And if you don't take over here, Toby, this is hanging. This is hanging here. If you try to defend with knight e5, then as we were looking at, knight goes to d6, very happy firstly on the square, and secondly you are going to lose the piece on e5. So queen f4, and if white gets knight c5, then black is slightly in trouble, I would say, practically at least. Obviously, the best move to continue is queen e7, defending b7, also defending e6. And at this point of time, maybe we will have to try and assess such a position where white has double bishop and black has double knight, but the position is completely open. But the only thing in the same position is that the pawn imbalance is 2 versus 1. And yeah, I think this should be very interesting for white to put pressure on Alireza. So 33 minutes for Pragg. The more Alireza takes time and the cap reduces, it's gonna be a relief for Praggnanandhaa. So queen f4, a good practical try by Praggnanandhaa. Let's see. I am hoping that this game doesn't end in a draw. Guki played. Okay, let's go to Gukesh's game. If he has played. Oh, h6! No, but this is not the one. So sorry, guys. Overexcited. When the bishop was on d7, h6 was a mistake. But over here, h6 was a mistake. But Wesley had made sure the bishop went back to c8. And Guki went knight e2. Oh, Guki went knight e2. We were looking at knight e4 ideas, remember? And he went knight e2. I think what he was going for is trying to create an attack. And there came h6. A good question. Whether he wants to exchange here. Oh, look at who is calling.
Hello, Amruta.
Yes, sending you the link.
Yes, send me the link. Thank you.
Guys, काम से काम. ज़्यादा बड़बड़ नहीं करने का. Learn from me. Who? Okay, there you go. Okay, guys, we have sent the link to Mr. Sagar Shah. Shubham is saying, अमृता आप बहुत ज़्यादा बोलते हैं तो मैं क्या करूँ? मैं इधर शांत बैठूँ क्या? मेरे को चलेगा. आपको चलेगा तो मेरे को भी चलेगा. Full screen करूँगी, but then people don't like the full screen for full time. So h6 के लिए is, guys, whether Guki is gonna go bishop e3 and exchange the bishop, or he's gonna keep the bishop on c1, retain more pieces so that he wants to create an attack. I'm not really sure. We will see that. But one thing is clear with knight e2. Wait a second.
Hello, Amruta.
Hello, Sagar. How are you? And how was today?
It was amazing. Can you switch on the virtual cam?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for sharing with me the video. Oh, it's Gukesh versus Wesley So and Pragg versus Firouzja. Oh my God. Oh my God. Pragg versus Firouzja is crazy. Pragg has the bishop pair. Looking good for Pragg.
You like it already? Oh, by the way, Sagar.
Yes, Amruta. Hi.
Hi, Sagar. Thank you, first of all, for joining. Have you just left from Phoenix Market City?
Yes, I've just left because today I was interviewing every single person there about their experience, and it took roughly 1 hour to interview. So sorry for the delay.
Why? It was amazing, no? It's so cool. You're there. It was the last
Yeah,
day
it's
you
amazing, but I
enjoyed.
also wanted to join the commentary. It seems like Praggnanandhaa is better, yes?
I mean, it all depends a lot on practically. It's a very nice position. But if Alireza is, plays perfect chess, let's say for that matter, then I think there is not much.
I think one player who never plays perfect chess is Alireza. We can say he plays exciting chess, fighting chess, but never perfect chess.
No, because even it's not so easy even for white, I believe. So that's why I was looking at it. And
As
chat is
Harshit
excited to
Bhai
have
would
you.
say,
Hmm?
Amruta, as Harshit Bhai would say, the rockets on B2 and G2 are really amazing.
क्रेजी है सागर. These are crazy ones. किसको हंस रहे हो? किसको देख के हंस रहे हो?
नहीं तुमको ही.
Okay, fine.
And Amruta, do we have a believer today?
Oh yeah,
Do we-
that's what I wanted to say. Zingchess.com again, he has 19 minutes ago contributed, and we have, a very nice number on our help chess, 20 to 44.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's so amazing.
Arey, thank you, Zing. Like the name
But
over
Amruta,
there.
you are mentioning that Pragg is not seriously better, but if you didn't keep the engine on here, oh what?
Oh, Bishop E3. Okay,
What?
he plays Bishop E3, and as you were mentioning, there is no perfect chess, but there is exciting chess. Pragg will be, according to you, AB3, happy or not happy?
Very happy. Now he has the two bishops, but I believe Firouzja is banking on rook takes E2, right?
Oh yeah, but it's a oh my god, let's ask the chat. White to play, guys, very critical moment. White
Oh.
to play.
Oh,
Sagar
I
has
found it.
He's on the road, walking, chalte, taking care that he doesn't, he's careful about the vehicle. Sagar, क्या हो रहा है इधर उधर ऐसे देख रहे
Yeah,
हो?
the amount of traffic is a lot today.
Please don't walk on that road, यार. That is a, तुम थोड़ा सा अलग
No,
जगह से आओ.
don't worry. I'll manage.
Oh, the chat is very alert and finding, but guys, what's the
Is it
calculation
bishop
there?
takes G7?
Yes, boom, bam. As you were talking about the rocket, it's gone to space. Bishop takes G7. हो गया है. King takes G7. Guys, follow up with it. Yes, Ankush. Queen G4 check and LPDO. Loose pieces drop off, guys. Loose pieces drop off. So, इसके लिए, once this bishop is gone, it's lost the control of the G4 square. So, AB3. But Sagar, you know what? I also want to go here for a moment. That we were looking at after Queen F4. Suppose Knight B6, Knight C5, Queen E7, and after Knight takes E6, Queen takes E6, this was a slight edge position for white. Tell me something, because you have played a lot of times these fianchetto lines, and such a position white is saying is 0.5, okay, better, slight better. But according to you, does it feel more practically?
On white. Yeah, I definitely feel that these two bishops make it very difficult for black to equalize. And while the engines are really good with knights, I feel human beings aren't that great, because knights are super tactical pieces and computers can really handle them much better than humans, I feel.
Nice point over there by Sagar Shah. Okay, so that's why maybe Alireza avoided going into this. He took here. Anyway, if at all he was going to lose this bishop for the knight, he exchanged like this. And he thought that maybe closing the B file is a better idea because B7 is weak. And now goes Queen G5, challenges the Queen exchange. And the question is, Sagar, will you exchange the Queen or will you reject the exchange?
My simple thought here is, if I take the queen and play E3, like Queen G5, H5, and E3, I cannot be worse here. Like, I mean, of course, white cannot be worse,
Knight C5.
but I will have...
Knight C5. B3 attack.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I could defend it, right? In some ways. For example, I could very well play...
What? It's forcing, so you have to...
Rook
decide.
A3, maybe.
And then Knight
Yeah,
D.
it looks weird.
Yeah, and then maybe...
Knight D3, Bishop C3.
Maybe not even Knight D3 immediately, but first Rook A D8, and you see there is a lot of play with the knights. Why
Yeah,
Knight D3?
I mean, again, Rook A, Bishop C3.
It's a bit too early.
I think overall, this could be a position where white could go, but I also feel Pragg can keep the queens on the board instead of trading.
Where will
And
you put the
maybe
queen? That's a
I,
good one.
I'm actually tempted to go to d6 actually here.
But what about rook a d8 then?
Yeah, I mean, there's no real threat after it. So I could think of ways to improve my position. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it seems black is happy because he's kind of first defending everything and going to take. So it's not so easy that if you don't want to exchange the queens, then where is the best place for the queen to go? I think
but
that's the
I must
question.
tell you, Amruta, that this position, what we are seeing here, Firouzja is taking insane amount of risks here because he could very well be lost within couple of moves if he does not find accurate moves with his knights.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
because
mean,
you were
it might be
talking
equal.
double bishop versus
Yeah,
double
it
knight.
might be equal right now, but one mistake. Let's try to illustrate this with some variation.
Yeah,
What if
if I
I
have to.
play
Hmm.
Queen F3 maybe?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Queen
that is a
F3.
best engine move, Sagar.
Yeah, I defend E2. And yes, I'm a bit scared about knight E5 here, knight D E5, attacking the queen. But then maybe I can move my queen away. Let's say queen to C3
Yes, very good move.
with the idea of F4. And this does seem like risky. So you see, like even by playing natural moves, black is sometimes falling into a big trouble.
True, actually, and this queen, if normally whenever you have to put the queen on the c file, it initially feels that black rook on c8 can give some discourse. But
Right.
we have seen this that a queen on c3 is decently placed because it's not very easy to give discourse with the knight because the queen is capturing wherever the knight anyway is giving a disco. So
Yes.
queen for that reason the engine suggests two moves which are queen f3 and queen c4, both doing fine. And if Pragg finds one of the moves, then that's gonna put a lot of pressure on Firouzja, I feel.
Yes. Agree. For we can this position by saying that Pragg definitely has chances for scoring point, but it will all depend on his ability to be accurate. And Firouzja, if he goes down, then that would really mean Pragg will have big chances.
Hmm. Guys,
Can we
like
go to
the
check
stream. How
Gukesh's game
many
now?
how many likes do we have now? Guys, like
Guys,
करो.
फटाफट 1000 like कर दो दोस्तों, because 1000 like yesterday you did more likes, more people joined in, and that
Yeah,
was
but today's
so
opening
nice
was
because every time.
hmm. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, I mean every like helps us, and I think it's just one click from your end. बस वो एक thumbs up रहता है below the video. Just click on it. Thank you, guys. And Amruta, should we go
तुम्हारा
to
वीडियो
Gukesh's
हैंग हो
game?
गया है. And we have another, oh my god, big I mean 20 to 45th believer, Charles Adav has contributed 1000 rupees, Sagar. Charles
Thank you, Charles.
Adav.
Thank you so much for
Arey.
your support. I must tell you guys, yesterday we had a wonderful email that we received from Anuja Borkar, who was a big believer who had contributed 60,000 rupees. She shared her story of how she enjoys chess, and we were very moved and touched. So, thank you so much to everyone in the part of this community for helping and supporting us to do this, keeping us going every single day to do things for chess and for ourselves also, for the chess community.
Thank you, Anuja, and everyone who is here.
Amruta, can you go to Gukesh's game? This is the
Yeah.
third time I'm telling you. Let's go to
Ooh, sorry,
Gukesh's
I
game.
didn't hear you. Okay,
No,
I'm
I'm just joking.
here. Bishop B. Actually, it's going slow right now and not much. There was a
No, but
very
Amruta, there is a
crazy
lot.
moment, Sagar. There was a very crazy moment,
Can
actually.
you show me?
Very crazy and very difficult. Okay, I'll show
Yes.
you. Okay, this is the moment, Sagar. Last move, bishop
Okay.
d7 was played.
Mm.
Now white to play. Can you calculate? and take it like you're training. It's a bit tough because you're walking. So maybe when you're back, we can do that.
No, it's fine. I can manage. I am tempted to play knight a4 here to win the bishop pair, firstly.
Hmm.
The other move that is tempting for me, like which caught my attention first, is d4. It looks very stupid and silly because I'm just giving up a pawn.
What's your
But
idea?
ed4, I was thinking bishop f4. I have some uh, queen trap ideas,
Oh my
and
god, you found the idea.
yeah, but I didn't,
Insane. Okay,
I
can you
couldn't
make it
find for
work out? Can you work it out?
yeah, I couldn't make it work for bishop d4 actually. Uh, but maybe
No,
bishop
so no,
d4.
I'm not saying d4 is the move, but I'm saying that
Ah, right.
overall you found like a perspective there, right one. But how do you make it work out?
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I just need to make the e pawn move. Um, oh, no way. It's rook e5, queen e5 working, bishop f4, just queen h5. Okay.
Where have we
Not
reached,
so
by the way?
simple actually.
Where have we reached? I'll tell you something. You had actually got the right move. Knight a4, and if bishop b4, because otherwise white is
Yeah.
happy, c3. And now when bishop goes to a5, d4.
Yes.
With the idea of ed4, bishop f4.
Nice.
And if you don't take, then already white is very happy. So I think Wesley missed
So
it.
nice.
And he
So nice.
went bishop d7, and then this all happened. Rook a d1, and bishop went to c8. Finally, I think he
No, I think
realized.
Gukesh missed it, right?
Yeah, I
Gukesh
mean
didn't play
Wesley
knight
also,
a4.
no. But knight a4 was like both of them missed it because it was a bit unusual. The bishop f4.
Can we have Gukesh's cam, Amruta?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I will bring it in over here. Yeah, and
Yep.
rook a d1, and now we are at this position where, yeah, where white is. I mean, it's a game. Both having 32 minutes each. Gukesh earlier had a 40-minute advantage. Now it's a equal time. They are on move number 16th. 24 moves to be made, and I think the position is going to get extremely complex.
I would say this is a very interesting debate here that can be had whether the pawn on e5 is a strength or a weakness, because the pawn on e5 does give black a lot of space. But on the other hand, if the bishop moves to g3, the pawn is weak. It is attacked by the bishop. It also is attacked by the rook on e1. So it will create certain issues. Pawn push to d4 is in the air. So I do feel that white has these very interesting possibilities. I can tell you, Amruta, which position leads to these structures. If we can just go to the start of the game, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, um, knight f6, d3, bishop e7, castles, castles, and maybe let's say a4, just as an example. And now d5, ed, knight d5. And we look at such a position, and many times you can see the e5 pawn. It's the same structure as in the game. And after rook e1, you will see that the e5 pawn becomes a bit weak and very tricky to defend it, because f6 weakens the diagonal a bit, and bishop f6 puts the bishop on a wrong square. And so if we go back to the game, we can see like this same structure here. And although, I mean, white is not very ideally positioned to attack the e5 pawn, Gukesh is trying for it, like maybe his knight from g3 can rotate to f5, maybe the bishop, like all these possible moves, and the bishop on b3 is well positioned on the long diagonal. So definite potential here for white.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think even for black, there is a lot of potential, Sagar. In the normal sense, the position for black. is very
What
pleasant.
is black's
But
potential?
before
Can
we
you,
analyze, Sagar, can we go to Pragg's game because he's made a move and it's a very critical situation there.
for sure, for sure. Let's go.
Yeah, Queen
He goes
C4
Queen C4,
has been played.
which was, I think, a good move, right?
Oh yeah, very good move. Very
I mean,
good.
Queen F3 and Queen C4 both were kind of good
Yeah,
moves,
because
right?
if you need, you can go to D3, sorry, C3 as well, and it's a nicely placed defense. B3 has proper pressure over here. Defense Z2 as well. Matlab, does a lot of things. Yeah, multitasker. That's how the queen is supposed to be. Multi-defender, multi-attacker. So queen C4, and the question is, if rook is C8 over here, and then white is happy.
Yeah, Rook A C8 is the most natural move that also came to my mind. But Amruta, maybe here we have the
Yeah,
A file open.
what are
I was
your
just wondering.
candidate moves here? Any one or two moves? Let's say very quick ones.
I don't know. I like this move H4 here.
Ooh. I think that's the point of this position. One slow move or one miss. I mean, actually, this is not slow. It's a nice move. And then black is okay. Cannot give that time to black. It's a
Hmm.
difficult position. I feel it's more like the position like how yesterday Duda gave this queen sacrifice, and then after that it was too difficult to keep doing this absolute accuracies. So rook a c8 and rook f d1 is a natural move, and it's also the best move, or rook a d1. But you know, there is another interesting idea that white can think about, even if not now.
F4.
No,
F4 looks a bit weakening for sure.
it's kind almost like a change in the mindset kind of an idea. Change
You are
in the
saying now
mindset.
trade queens, yeah, somehow.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that somewhere you like your bishops to be, but then they
Bishop
have a better
C1, yeah.
skill somewhere else.
Bishop C1 and put the bishop on
Oh, the
F4 maybe.
chat is smart, guys. Bishop H3 is an
Oh,
idea to look at, because whenever
wow.
knight E5 is played, the point is because of queen C3 and F4 threat,
Wow.
it becomes very deadly.
Kudos to the chat. Kudos to the chat. Really
Yep.
amazing. Hats off.
So very important idea to, like, it's very easy to miss at some point if it's a good move, right? For black also
Because
or for white also.
if you look at rook a8 bishop h3, the knight on c6 cannot really move somewhere to give a discovered attack on the queen, right?
Yeah, yeah. So queen c4, and I think if rook c8, white is anyway looking at rook d1 as well, attacking over here. Knight e5, which looks great, actually has a lot of problems because of f4 fork idea. So then the queen c3, bishop, this diagonal, deflecting the queen on g5, everything is yeah, a lot of pressure on black, and then the knight on c6 cannot move easily with the rook keeping an eye on a7 if this rook is moved. So lot of lot of things to take care of for black. 23 minutes for Pragg, Sagar, and he has to make 21 moves.
Right.
And
But I
Alireza
think
down to
he's
36
happy.
minutes.
He's happy at this point.
Yeah. Oh, you've crossed the Vidyavihar station, no?
Almost reaching.
Huh?
Reaching.
Acha. Oh, got it.
Amruta, are you
Ooh.
hungry?
I realized one big blunder. Today I'm making so many blunders. Initially, first 5 minutes I was talking and there was no board when I was showing. I was on the full screen. And now
Right.
I realize that there is no food.
Oh, should I bring some food?
No, I will make some khichdi. You come here quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a preparation, but I completely forgot. It's so yeah.
Guys,
Anyway,
today I have applied for my UK visa to go to World Rapid and Blitz Team Championship. So I'm hoping that it comes on time and we can go there, because at the World Rapid and Blitz Team Championship, we have Vishy Anand playing, and we have Vidit Gujarati playing, we have Arjun Erigaisi playing, Divya Deshmukh playing, we have Vladimir Kramnik playing, we have like some amazing players there, and I'm very excited.
let's go. But are you sure that your visa will get accepted? Oh, knight b6 played.
And Pragg instantly moved Amruta, Queen C2.
Best move. He goes not queen c3 this time.
Queen C3, maybe he was afraid of Rook E2, right, Amruta? So this time he played just simply
You know how much is
Queen
the
C2.
advantage on Leach's engine?
0.9.
Wow, so close. 0.8. Amazing.
Well, I commented every day, so I know how in the bar.
I think बार तेरा भाई बन गया अभी. COD says yes, bhai. See you in London again.
Oh,
अरे, क्या
nice.
बात है?
Who is COD?
COD, what's your name? Oh, you will also meet
Yes,
Suraj.
Yes, Suraj bhai. I'll meet a lot
Sneha
of people in
also.
London whom I had met last time when we had gone for the Global Chess League. So it'll be a lot of fun. And WR Chess.
You won't be able to meet this time the queen.
The queen. Who is the queen?
I mean, when she was the queen, no?
You mean, Okay, Amruta, let's focus on the chess part.
Yes.
Because knight
Taking a
b4.
break.
Knight b4 can attack the queen here. And once again, Pragg has to decide where to move the queen. This time, maybe queen c3 does make sense, because I'm attacking your knight, knight
Oh,
d5.
knight d4 has happened, by the way. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And you were saying what? Queen c3, okay.
Knight 6 d5 or knight 4 d5. I don't know which knight. Maybe knight 6 d5.
Yeah, that's because if you go anything else, you are in big trouble. If you go this knight.
Queen d4 maybe.
What? Oh. No, come on, you can't make that move. Oh no. No. Come on.
Crazy move, yeah, Amruta. No, you are doing.
Like, it's impossible. Like,
What, bishop d5?
in fact, I don't even understand why. Okay. Queen e1 is the best move, but you can also go queen a5.
No, I love this move, queen e1. Queen e1.
Why?
Because you know, Amruta, I defend e2 now, and I'm threatening f4 and e4, both moves, actually. First e4, kick the knight f4, then e5, and it's like unstoppable, these pawns.
No, you're not threatening this. You know what you're threatening?
Yes.
Rook a5, Sagar.
Oh my god, that's another killer blow.
Yeah. Crazy. And whenever the rook moves on a8, no, there is also rook a7. So yeah.
Right.
And also in that position, yes, queen a5 was also a good idea. Yes. Who suggested? Bosses.
But
Yeah,
queen a5,
rook
are
e2.
we not a bit afraid of...
Yeah, rook e2. And here important is... Yeah.
Is it bd4?
Yeah, bishop d4. Very good move. Idea is bishop b6, knight b6. No, what is the idea? Wait a second.
The idea generally in such
Because if this
positions
pawn
is
was
to...
on h7, then the idea is very cool. If pawn is on h7, guys, then what is white's idea? To make it easy for you, I'm holding this pawn on h7. COD says, I don't think you know my name, bhai. I brought a massive heavy chessboard for you to sign. I also gave one of those to a 4-year-old kid whom you had talked to. Oh, he had got a massive heavy chessboard for you to sign. Do you remember, Sagar?
Yes, I think so. We had met in that in the shop, right? Chess and bridge shop, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Neil Modi. Absolutely. Narendra Datta, Sudipta Das. क्या बात है, amazing. The idea would be to take and queen takes, and after takes it would be a back rank mate. If this pawn was here, Sagar, queen c3 has been played,
Wow. Okay.
and you
Very
have reached
very
with the
important.
VR station.
Amruta, how about rook e2 here?
Rook e2.
Because if I take queen b4, that is rook takes b2.
Good spot. There's a forcing move here. Oh, this is very deadly. Deadly. Tough है boss. Tough है.
पहले तो मुझे h4 खेलने का मन हो रहा है. Because I want to move the queen away to
दिल की
mate you
सुनो
on
सागर,
g7.
दिल की सुनो इस बार. Queen g6.
Now there are two moves, queen g4 and queen g6. Because if I play queen g4, there's bishop f3. That wins.
Beautiful.
So queen g6. And this is a key moment now because I could very well play h5, but then queen comes
Awesome.
back to g5.
If takes, then bishop f3 same. But Sagar, are you
No.
No.
Takes and queen g7 mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Queen
God.
g5. And
Sagar,
now,
tell me
yeah.
something. You are not
Hmm.
looking at the position, kya? When you are looking in the front, you don't have mobile. You're
Yeah, I'm
calculating
just thinking.
blindfold.
Yeah. But
Oh.
it's not such a big deal, right? Because you are already having the pieces in your head now. So I'm thinking bishop d7 here is a
Proud of
possible
you.
move.
Hmm.
Or f4 is another move because I'm taking the g3 pawn is defended. It does look a bit risky, to be
Yeah,
honest,
very
because
risky.
rook g2, king g2, queen g4 looks already a bit.
Guys, find an amazing move over here. Amazing. White to play. हो जाए. Boom, bam.
Oh, wow.
Itachi says Sagar is tremendously strong in blindfold chess.
No, I mean, not tremendously strong or anything. I'm just.
Happy Positive Traveler is saying, hi, totally out of chess. Strange issue, some audio problem with streaming. I'm watching video in TV and audio in mobile because Amruta's audio is less in TV and Sagar's audio in both are good. Acha. Okay, let me. Okay, I have now increased my audio. ठीक है, let's see. ठीक है क्या? Yes, guys, all those who found a move. Sagar, you found, na?
No, actually not. Oh my God, Amruta, that's such a move. No, come on, that cannot be true. No, it's not true. You know what I was thinking? Queen b4, rook b2, queen b6, a b6, rook a8, king h7, bishop e4. But it's not a mate, g6 or f5.
Yeah, just missed it, Sagar. So what is the move your guys have found in the chat? Jay,
People have found
Ishan,
it.
Bharat,
Wow.
Yatar. Same idea with h4,
so
h5
good.
जो तूने ढूंढी ना. Continue with the idea. Prabhakar Reddy, my vlogs, Siddesh, Josh, absolutely. Rook a5. The rook is not defended. Sagar hang हो गया उधर. हाँ अभी आ गया वापस. With the shock of this move, deflection को देखो. Crazy. Now if this you have bishop f3, but beautiful, no? Rook a5. And if knight d5 right now, go on.
bd5, rook knight d5, rook d5.
Continue with the deflection. Bus. Yep, that's how it is. So queen c3 and Sagar, too many tactics. Alireza, yeah, you were right. It's a lot of pressure with the double bishops. He goes knight b d5, knight 6 d5. He goes, defends the b4 guy, and once again
Best
asks
move.
where is the queen going to go. And not easy to
This
decide
time queen
where.
e1 doesn't work because of knight c2. That's why you had to play this knight, not the other knight.
Oh yeah, queen e1 knight c2. 20 minutes for Pragg. Firouzja is having 31 minutes. We are at the move number 21. Hero X says, Sagar sir, please tell us about EWC 2025. Super chatted.
And guys, EWC is happening from 29th July to 1st August. And this will be happening in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, where 16 players will take part. And this qualification will happen from the Champions Chess Tour, which will happen from 18th of May to 23rd May. This will be an online event. And at the end of that event, the cumulative score of the two Champions Chess Tour events, one that was held in February and the second one, which is held in this May 18 to 23rd, will be added up, and the top 12 players will qualify there. What about the remaining 4 spots? There will be also a qualifier on ground before the EWC World Cup. I think that 4 spots will be given from there. So totally 16 players will play. Already Magnus Carlsen has qualified by the virtue of, I think, winning the previous Champions Chess Tour event. So he has enough points. And I think a couple of more players have already qualified. Gukesh will be trying to qualify this time. We will also have Nihal Sarin, who will be making an attempt. Arvind Chidambaram playing for Team SATUL. So, while everyone's super excited for all these players to play in EWC, you have to qualify to it. It's not like it's a given that they are all qualified.
Wow, that was amazingly detailed explanation for your super chat, Hero.
Acha, super chat. Okay, Amruta, we already have like 3 draws in the tournament, or 2 draws.
2.
Right. Is Gukesh already slightly worse or slightly better?
Wait. Let's go and have a look at his game because he's down to 19 minutes. Knight e2 was played. H6 we saw, bishop h4, bishop b6. He went bishop g3. One move happened and knight went back to h7. So knight is coming to g5 over here. And Gukesh might be thinking of d4 over here.
Amruta, I'll join you in 2 minutes, okay? See you.
Yay, awesome. Yeah, so d4 is a very exciting move over here for Gukesh with this pin here, with the rook here, with the knight defending here. Quite powerful. In fact, the threat is to win the pawn here. And how is black even planning to defend here? Because I don't see a very easy move. Let's have Gukesh here on the screen. But Wesley, who went knight h7, was surely looking at the idea of d4, which is the most natural one. So he's not gonna miss this move, and he has something in the mind. The move in his mind, what would it be? Queen g6, that's his move, because if you take the pawn on e5, what Wesley is saying is I'm jumping to g5, attacking over here. The queen has to go, let's say queen here, and then I'm going knight e4 and then spoiling your pawn structure. But maybe because if you take here, pawn structure is not getting spoiled. Oh, okay, they can even repeat. And what if queen d3 here? Oh, then comes in bishop f5. Got it. So knight h7 played by Wesley, and he's trying to take the game in a little bit of, asking Gukesh that whether you want to try hard, and then I'm gonna bring my pieces. Maybe some things over here you have to be careful about, some sacrificing ideas. I don't know if Wesley will think of such ideas with the bishop on g3 and with the knight on e2 not looking so great. Going back to Pragg's game, because a critical movement there for knight 6 d5. What Pragg is going to do? Oh, Gukesh makes a move. Let's quickly just check what his move is. He goes knight c3 and he rectifies his knight on e2, which was not doing much, and he says, I'm okay if you want to go to g5, because that's a bad idea. My queen is going to jump into h5 over here, and suddenly your knight, which was defending h5 square, is not doing that anymore. And now this and my queen, they're all putting pressure on this point, which you can never protect by f6 because of the bishop on b3. So in general, knight c3, I like this move by Gukesh. Wesley has 24 minutes. They have to make 22 moves. This is getting under serious time pressure. 1k likes done, says Bharat Raj and Sahil. Thank you for a good news. बहुत ही बढ़िया news है. Agastya says, first time seeing Wesley without glasses. Oh, that's... No, is there so many times without glasses? No? Well, anyway, in Nodirbek and Duda, just a quick update that Nodirbek is better. And before that, Vaishali's game is going on against Tan Zongi, and it's kind of equal for now. Quickly going back to Pragg's game, because he did play queen f3 and queen d2, which was the only best way to continue, was found by Alireza Firouzja. Now what? What is the next move? Because b2 is attacked. You can't go here, this is controlled. You can't go here, this is controlled. यहाँ पे भी नहीं, यहाँ पे भी नहीं, यहाँ पे sack मत मारो. So queen d2 attacking this is kind of forcing to defend the bishop. You don't want to move the bishop from this diagonal. On a3, it's not going to do much. So which means defending this bishop by what? With this rook or this rook? Guys, a question to you. Will you play rook a b1 or will you play rook f b1? Rook a b1 or rook f b1? Agastya says, yesterday I went to subreddit. Some American guys were making fun of Sagar's accent. भाई मजा करने दो ना लोगों को. We have to be fine. Doesn't matter. Take anything and everything sportingly. Queen d2. Sagar, 1000 likes are done before you come. So the homework which you give to all of us हो गया है.
क्या बात है?
Sagar, will you go rook f b1 or rook a b1?
Oh, what? Rook f b1 or rook a b1?
You
Wow.
can say knight 6 d5 ko what were we looking at?
I don't
Not
think we were
really.
analyzing. Yeah, queen f3, is that the best move?
Yeah, actually that is. He
Wow.
finds the best move, queen d2, but now is a very important
It's a
moment.
double attack actually on e2
Oh, e2
and
पे भी है
d2.
तो. e2 पे भी है. Yeah, what will you play?
It's a very tough question. I'm actually tempted
थोड़ा.
to play. By the way,
Ooh, nice
hello
shirt.
guys. I'm tempted to play rook f b1 to keep my a rook active. But on the other hand, I haven't seen anything very specific to queen takes pawn here, because now what am I going to do? Because I don't want to trade queens.
Yes, and if you go back over here, rook a b1 looks like, you moving it from this file. And now if queen e2, I think it's, it looks like you're losing the grip of the position, no? When you're looking at it, e2 gaya, and then you are okay to exchange the queens when there was so much pressure on the king side, and suddenly you are saying, okay, no problem, dude, I'm going rook f d1, putting pressure over here. If you take, I take, your d5 is hanging. If you move the d5 knight, then your b7 is hanging. If you play rook a d8, then it's a big blunder because it's not easy. Why is this move?
Oh, I know what the move is here. It's a very typical move that locks everything up. Can I
Oh,
say?
nice. Yes.
Rook d4.
Rook d4.
Because
Very cool.
it's such a good move. And Amruta, Saint Snipes has found it. Really amazing move.
Wow.
Because the thing is also Neelam Kumari, your knight, none of your knights can move. And if you decide to defend one of the knights with a5, now I bring my rook on d1 and you lose a piece now because of the pin.
Okay, so this tactics actually, Queen d2, Pragg has to spot this, but Sagar, Pragg is down to 10 minutes.
Yeah, Pragg's time is going to play a role, just like how Alireza's time yesterday against Gukesh was running low and he couldn't find the best moves. Also, Pragg has to play 18 moves in 10 minutes. And that's never easy, guys. You can see here, Praggnanandhaa also really wants to be accurate. He is known for that. He's known for somehow, being able to find the best moves, Amruta.
But he's not very happy with his time, the way he kind of reacted.
Yeah. I mean, rook a b1, guys. This is
18 moves in 10 minutes. Yes, Obiremi.
It's not going to be simple. Amruta Didi, what about e4? But that's not a good idea, e4, because then you lose your key bishop here on b2, which is not the best thing to be happening in this position. It's getting... Because... And you can see Pragg being a bit shaky there. He's not so sure whether he should push the pawn, whether he should... not push the pawn b2, which rook to bring here, rook a b1, rook f b1. Guys, really an intense moment. And we know that Alireza Firouzja, he is such an ambitious player. He can turn around things if he feels that he has a chance in the position. 9 minutes 19 seconds for Pragg. Alireza has 31 minutes on the clock. Man, guys, pura amazing position hai. How are you feeling? Jaldi jaldi batao. Jatin, although the knights look active in the center, the bishops in the corner, how is it better for white? Because the knights are kind of do not have anything to attack particularly, and they are both supporting each other. Sometimes, when two people are too dependent on each other, it can create problems. Bishop c1. A mistake there by Praggnanandhaa. Rook a b1 was such a tough move, but bishop c1 and now queen e2. He will take this pawn, and Pragg has kind of lost his edge. Although I'm trying to understand why would Pragg make such a decision of giving up the e2 pawn.
Maybe he wants to keep the queens and go to what? F5 and anywhere, any...
No, Amruta, I think he has something else on his mind.
Queen F5, there is rook E5. Okay.
I'm very, very surprised by
maybe he
Pragg's
wants to go with the same idea, but why queen E2, rook E2, rook D1?
Attacking D5, that's a good point here.
But knight C3.
Knight jumps in, attacks the rook. And you can't really go in because a check would be very uncomfortable to meet. Not so sure. I mean, Praggnanandhaa should definitely have an idea here, guys, after queen e2. I'm not so sure. Maybe he wants to keep the queens on the board, but I don't even see a way. Amruta suggesting queen f5 as a possible move. But you see, this knight is somehow dominating all these squares. So your bishop does not have good squares to go to. Guys, I'm super surprised with
But it was tough. That's what, like, the problem with such a position is sometimes one move, no? You have to make
Amruta,
it.
I know what Pragg wants. I got it. He wants queen e2, queen e2, rook e2, and now not to attack the knight with this rook, but actually from
No, but
this
rook a5
side.
also saw same problem, no?
Knight c3, right?
I have no bishop e7 then.
No, even not this, Amruta. I might go bishop e3, trying to first of all limit your
Yes, I
rook.
thought bishop e7 and rook a7 was coming, no?
Yes,
What was the problem?
even that is definitely possible. Take here, rook b8 and rook a7.
Oh, knight b5.
No, but I had rook a8, right? That's winning. Not knight
Right?
b5.
What?
Oh, guys, what's the winning move here for black? Sometimes backward moves are the toughest. Let's see.
Oh.
Let's ask the chat. In the chat, chess moves. अच्छा आज तुमने चैट चेस बुक खोला ही नहीं
खोला
अच्छा।
खोला.
Yes, we have rook e7 by Srijan. Oh wow, Saint Snipes, Bobby Fischer, Ronaldo, Srijan, Obi Remy, Uzma, Neelam, Ajay, Tarun and Ojas. Beautiful job guys for finding this backward move, pinning here and winning the game. There is no more moves that the bishop can make. So he takes it here and Praggnanandhaa has to make his move. Meanwhile, very quickly we should catch a glimpse of what Guki is doing on the other board. Gukesh. We see Gukesh here bringing his queen in. Amruta, I'm telling you, Gukesh is on the attack. He's on the prowl.
King h8 was played, yeah, and now f5, no? That's what.
By the way, Gukesh, look at how he rearranged his pieces.
Knight
He
c3
first
was beautiful.
went here, attacking e5 pawn, then went to c3, getting his knight here, and now queen h5. Although there was a very interesting move here to break in the center with d4, bishop d4, and knight e2, threatening c3 or winning this bishop. Very tough, but okay, queen h5, not bad.
Tough, but he rejected it for some reason, I think.
I think Wesley might have to go f5, Amruta, and the game will be super exciting. The bishop will open up, the queen is well positioned, this bishop is well played, although the threat is f4. Alireza slaying Indians. No, maybe not this game against Pragg. It might end in a draw, or maybe Pragg will press. We will see what will happen. But this one, we are looking at Gukesh's first win in this tournament if f5 is not played, but we are still far, far away from it. Wesley has a great position after f5, but to tell you the truth, it could get super sharp with d4. Bishop takes, and then this move knight e2, attacking here, and the queen f4, attacking the bishop, and bishop h4, something like this. Wesley is about to make a move f5. Good move by Wesley So, putting Gukesh under pressure now. Gukesh must find Amruta at the move d4. Otherwise,
अभी नहीं तो कभी नहीं.
खेलना ही पड़ेगा. You know, you've
Yeah, but d4, f4, d5. Okay.
this entire thing you have set up for the d4 break, Amruta. Yes, don't get distracted, Amruta. Try to focus. Let's go quickly to Pragu's game, because Praggnanandhaa versus Firouzja has traded on e2, and now guys, I'm expecting rook a5 here from Pragg. Yes, it's a bit surprising that Praggnanandhaa actually let this edge slip by, but it was like he was walking a tightrope. And I think one of the differences that we can see between Pragg or any other top player these days and Magnus in his prime was that Magnus would not let even a slim edge go by, which is the reason why he managed to really dominate the world of chess. Yes, Pragg has to make 16 moves in 6 minutes. Guys, क्या लग रहा है? What do you think? By the way, Stump Vision says Gukesh has missed it. Oh my god.
Oh, then he will be in trouble, no?
Yes, Gukesh may be in trouble here. He plays after f5. No, he hasn't made a move. Guys, come on. He's yet to play. He's thinking. अफवाह मत फैलाओ दोस्तों.
Okay, but d4, just quick. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, he's playing. Pragg is playing.
Rook a5 played, attacking here. Good move by Pragg. And now knight to c3. We have someone saying ASMR. We have Devi Bhuvaneshwari saying Guki will win. सत्यवीर राय से सागर भाई जो आपने बोला था प्रज्ञानंदा ने वही खेला. Yash says Guki is on fire mood. Sahil Mahato says winning the bishop pair or knight pair and tell the reason. Winning with bishop pair or knight pair. Well, here definitely the bishop pair is very strong, but now black has an extra pawn here. Oof. Guys, I am actually wondering what will Alireza do here, because Pragg has put some pressure on him for sure with this move Rook a5, but we did see that prior to this Alireza had a better move than playing bishop c1 here. He could have played rook a b1, but the difficult move was to find rook fd1 and understand that this is compensation, Amruta. It could be very much possible that he missed rook d4, because this move is really easy to miss. Yes, Shubham says impact of time running down on Pragg. Well, it always makes an impact. Whether it's small or big, just the time running low is definitely something that creates an impact in the position and your decisions. Meanwhile, Alireza about to move the knight, moves it to c3, the best move. And Amruta, as she mentioned here, bishop b7 is fine. Rook b8, you shouldn't get tempted to take this pawn because of the pin here.
I don't think he's playing that. No, what else does he
I
have?
think he has bishop e3, Amruta. This is the
3. Then what do you have for bishop f3?
maybe I can just go back, right? And this seems okay. Oh,
rook c5.
look at this, Amruta. The rockets are super powerful here.
Nice. Very cool.
Guys, this one we will be looking here. But meanwhile, Gukesh has made his move. We quickly want to check what is happening there with Guki. And he has played d4.
Okay, but it's not like he's better or anything.
No.
It's a...
Not at all, Amruta. But he is at least not gone into a super worse position yet, because things are so sharp. It can go in any direction here. Guys, if Gukesh manages to score a win today, he will reduce his deficit in this tournament from 2 losses, like he's right now at -2 to -1. Then there are 2 more rounds to go and things can turn around, because Wesley is one of the most solid players on the circuit. If you look at his score in this tournament, he has had 1 win, 1 loss, and then 4 draws. It's very difficult to beat him. Bosses says my brain hurts. True. It's very difficult, guys, to calculate after bishop d4. And on some hand, you're thinking like, why did he give up the pawn? Because I cannot take here. He'll just take back with the queen. What is happening? Yes, I can see the pin. But then I go knight e2 and I create another pin here and here. And then I'm wondering what to do next, because here f4 is important. And Amruta, by the way, here commentating and also scrolling what to order for food. Amruta, jaldi order kar do.
Did you eat anything in the during
Actually,
the day?
today I have eaten nothing in the entire day.
That's what I wondered because फिर
I
अच्छे से
ate,
करना
I ate
पड़ेगा
one,
ना.
I drank one coffee, but because
Oh no, why?
I was offered one coffee
तो
at
offer
a place.
कुछ भी करेगा कोई तो तुम क्या पी लोगे?
I mean, what is wrong in
You don't drink coffee.
Yeah,
And then
but
when
the
you've not
offer
eaten
was
food, then-
coffee or tea. So I had coffee,
But
guys.
there is also no.
Guys, here's a
no.
question for you. If you were offered tea or coffee, what would you choose? Tea or coffee?
Why?
Rudra Khatri says, any particular reason why you haven't eaten? Well, I left home today at around 1 p.m. because of my... oh, people are saying tea, coffee, tea, tea. I think tea is winning this. No, coffee is winning now. Tea is looking good. There is a mango lassi in between. Always chai. Depends on the location. Oh my God. So many people with so many options. People are like, poll karo. Yes, सबसे important question. Suddenly our chat has gone crazy.
It doesn't matter E4 or D4 or F4.
It doesn't matter whether Wesley will take this pawn or will not or push F4. चाय पीना है या नहीं दोस्तों, ये सबसे important सवाल है. No, and in our chat people are saying consider lassi also. I mean, come on, if you have lassi then clearly lassi will win. But guys, do subscribe. हमको आज पहुंचना है 26.
हाँ.
26 हो जाए दोस्तों. We are very close actually. We are 142 subscribers. In fact, 140 subscribers away. 138 now. अरे भाई क्या चल रहा है? एकदम subscriber पे subscriber. Guys, do subscribe and let's hit 26.
चाय और कॉफी और सब्सक्राइबर. चाय कॉफी और सब्सक्राइबर.
अरे अमृता, चाय कॉफी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सब्सक्राइबर से थोड़ी ना पेट भरेगा. मे भी भरेगा.
सब्सक्राइबर से ही तो भरेगा.
रियल क्रैनबेरी जूस कोई तो बोल रहा है. भाई दोस्तों, क्या फ्रेश लाइम सोडा. हाँ, ये बढ़िया हो गया. वेरी नाइस. आलू के पराठे आ गए. अमृता, व्हाट आर चैट? Our chat चाय कॉफी से आलू के पराठे पे पहुंच गया. And we have 116 subscribers away. 115. It seems like people are subscribing and subscribing. क्या बात है दोस्तों. 115 subscribers away. 114. सेव पूरी भी आ गया है अमृता. भेल भी आ गया है दोस्तों. भाई मजा आ गया. पूरा पेट.
तुमको भेल चाहिए क्या?
Oh, knight f6 played by Wesley. He's attacked the queen. I was wondering if pawn takes pawn is possible because then it attacks the queen. But after knight h5, e takes d6. Unfortunately, rook e1, knight g3. And you are a piece down because this pawn is pinned. Sorry guys. Nacho says I just had dahi puri. भाई नाचो एक तो आपका नाम में एक डिश है, फिर उसमें आप दही पूरी भी खा रहे हो. By the way, the best move for Gukesh now is to come back with his queen to f3. Not at all easy. Not at all. गन्ने का जूस. अरे ये स्लो फूड ने जो बोला है. Guys, sugar cane juice. I must say, maybe it's not the most healthy, I guess.
Sugar cane juice is healthy.
It's healthy, okay. Maybe
But
some
depends
people
on,
say.
No, depends for the people, na, if how much is your weight.
Right.
Because it is sugar.
But definitely I'm a big fan of sugarcane juice. And Kui says somebody just joining the stream will be wondering what if this is chess.
Chess है या क्या है?
ठीक है दोस्तों, let's go to Praggnanandhaa's game.
But then we'll get more subscriber. But 900 did we reach? Just check once.
900 पहुंचे कि नहीं? अमृता is like भाई
नहीं
नीचे जा रहे. ओ ऊपर जा रहे.
900 guys, come on, कर ही दो.
Someone in the chat said लौकी का juice. I'm a bit surprised that people.
Interesting. But pan, guys, pan.
पान क्या हो गया अब? पान कहाँ से आ गया?
पान पसंद है ना?
अरे भाई. Oh, by the way, Amruta, it seems like a lot of moves have been played in the Pragg game with Firouzja. Knight c3. He took here. Rook b8. Bishop came back. Rook a2 offering a trade. He went rook c5. Check came in. He took rook takes. Rook d1 taking the open file. Rook c2. Bishop came in and trade now. And he's threatening to take here and take here. I'm wondering if I can just simply drop my knight back and attack this pawn. Draw is very likely here, guys. Draw is super likely, and unfortunately, Praggnanandhaa's edge has not converted into the full point, because now I don't see him having any chance. So, poll for chai and coffee, please, Sagar. Amruta,
करे दो अभी.
I don't know. Guys, should I do a poll first? Whether I should make a poll or not?
हाँ, that's a good one.
Let's make a poll
थोड़ा सा
first.
चेंज हो जाए सागर, अपने को भी थोड़ा
Guys,
some change in the regular commentary, guys. Finally,
should
we are
we
not
make-
AIs, we are humans, Sagar.
yes,
We are also
should we
humans.
make a poll on chai and coffee?
Or what if nothing, chai and coffee and nothing?
No, just
अरे
Yes,
बट डाल
but-
तो yes or no में कैसे होएगा, चाय और कॉफी ना बाबा.
no. If they say don't make the poll, we cannot make the poll at all, Amruta.
Got it.
Yes.
90%.
Boses says this ain't chess no more. अरे दोस्तों 2 मिनट का ब्रेक क्या ले लिया? This no ain't
हाँ
no
ना,
chess.
guys,
no.
every stream there is a full break, और ये होता है, ad play होता है, बहुत कुछ होता है. यहाँ पे 2 मिनट का
Oh,
ब्रेक
attacks
लिया
the
है.
knight and takes on a7. Rook b3 is coming in. हर्षित भाई कब आएंगे? हर्षित भाई आज शायद नहीं आ पाएंगे, but maybe he will join. We don't know, guys. Maybe he will come soon to Mumbai. And by the way, guys, the big chess inter-school tournament is happening in Mumbai. I don't know if you saw the reel on ChessBase India. तो वो reel में we have Harshit bhai coming in to give a simul. I don't know if we had few entries that were missing. So guys, I will share the link very soon. Guki played. Let's go to Guki game, because this game looks drawish, guys. This game definitely looks drawish, but Gukesh's game is heating up. Let's head over there. The world champion has pushed knight f6, queen g6, Amruta. Maybe not the best square. We were expecting Gukesh to go back to f3, but okay. f4, hitting the bishop here. Tough moment for Gukesh. He must play bishop h4, because don't get tempted into playing d takes e5, guys. What is the winning move here for black? D takes e5 looks super strong because you are attacking here and here, but there is a very strong move. By the way, Amruta, for the question, should we have a poll or not?
कितना आया?
Do you think that people wanted the poll or not?
100%.
80% said by poll लगा दो दोस्तों.
अरे लाइफ है ना, उनकी भी
So
लाइफ है,
guys,
अपनी भी लाइफ
I
है,
am going to
सबकी
put the
life.
poll whether there are chai lovers or coffee lovers, and the poll is, what would you order in general? Chai, coffee, and we have the third option, गन्ने का जूस / लस्सी / miscellaneous. Start poll. And meanwhile, we also have to see whether we have got enough answers for our move here. F takes g3 is the move. This has been answered not by anyone. Suddenly pura chat chai coffee. Nahi, Rudra Khatri, Abir, Alpa Badkolia has found. Okay, good job, guys. Good job. F
Wow,
takes
yes.
g3 has to be taken, and after takes here, I have g takes f2, Amruta, attacking here. And if I go king f1, I make a queen, rook e1, and now this incredible move knight d5 with a checkmate.
Oh.
It's a beautiful
Whoa.
move. Beautiful move.
But that's definitely something which he will not allow.
If you like chai, don't like chai coffee and like lemon juice, please click on the third option because there's also other things there. And Amruta, we have right now, oh my god, ganne ka juice, lassi and miscellaneous is winning. Our chat is not supporting chai or coffee. Guys, this is
Amazing, guys,
the
amazing.
most unbelievable social experiment that we have seen on this channel.
Social experiment?
Yes, just
मतलब
try.
इधर अपन social experiment कर सकता है क्या?
Yes,
Amazing,
I
amazing.
didn't know this, Amruta, that our chat has such great tastes. They don't like chai or coffee.
क्या बात है? क्या बात है? Guys, we are moving towards 26,26,000 people right now at 25,908. Yay! आज कर देते हैं यार 26,000. चाय हो गया, कॉफी हो गया, गन्ने का जूस हो गया, सब कुछ तो हो गया, बस 26,000 बच गया है.
Correct, Amruta. And right now, Gukesh must play his bishop here. What is he thinking? Because all other
What?
moves look
Exactly, if he goes
really
bishop
bad.
h2 or something, then the Indian says is lost.
Yes, because this time, earlier you had to take with the bishop because of this pin. But now because you have pushed the pawn, there is no longer this pin. I can take with the pawn and get a winning position here.
Oh,
So,
and he's down to 6 minutes. So in time pressure, it's a bit difficult. What about Pragg game? Sagar, any chances there? Okay, this is an important moment because if he doesn't go bishop h4, he's lost. Kind of very big in trouble.
by the way, people in the chat are like, Garmi ka season hai. Oh my god, 43% to ganne ka juice, lassi and miscellaneous. 34% chai. Some
Okay,
people are
coffee
saying,
is 23%.
Yeah.
See, I think in South India, coffee would win completely.
I don't
Filter
know.
coffee,
In
of
general,
course,
coffee
but
is not
coffee
doing
less.
so well. Although when it comes from chai or coffee, I'm more of a coffee fan. But I do
You're no
prefer.
fan.
I would prefer ganne ka
कोई
juice,
fan ही नहीं है
lassi
उधर.
and miscellaneous. I would also.
You're absolutely not a fan. क्या?
Oh, that's a nice
Cold.
name, Amruta. Chai, coffee, checkmate. I love this. We should create a series. Actually, we started a series called Chess Pe Charcha. But chai, coffee, and checkmate sounds so
Oh,
good.
nice,
That's
Shrishti.
such a good. Krishna Prabhat, I would always choose my wife if she's hinting me not to choose anything. Otherwise, there would be no one to order food for me in the middle of Array Krishna Prabhat. Saying some things which really make me question my behavior.
क्या हुआ?
नहीं वो बोल रहे थे कि I should just be your support because Amruta, you ordered food.
Yeah.
Wow.
Today
Amruta
I'm gonna
looks
eat.
so tired. Amruta is almost dead, guys, because she had one meeting after another before the live stream. Then she went for the live stream. And guys, Amruta के वजह से live stream starts on time. Really amazing.
Oh, today we played शतरंज का कमाल.
अरे क्या बात है?
अरे हाँ,
क्या
it
बात
was
है?
cool, it was cool. Pragg drew. Oh.
Yes, it's not a surprise to me that at some point it did look like the game was ending in a equality. We can see here, oops, sorry, the pieces have gotten traded and both of them analyzing here. And Alireza says, I don't like queen c4, but Alireza, that was a good move. I think yeah, and then you can see Pragg saying, Alireza is saying here, if you would have played instead of queen c4, queen
Big board people
f3,
like for such a complex.
then knight c5. No, we just want to see them also. I don't know.
Alireza saved, yeah. So we may have a lot of people. What's happening to Nodirbek Duda? Because if one of them wins, they'll also join the leader then.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, Nodirbek is winning.
It will be insane because then 5 people will be on 4 points.
No.
rather.
Nodirbek cannot join because he will come to 50% score. So that won't happen. And already Caruana is in the lead. MVL is in the lead. Alireza and Pragg is in the lead. So we have 4 leaders. And now if today Wesley manages to win, then he would join the leaders.
Okay.
Yes.
He's the one. If you remember.
Oh,
Okay,
Amruta,
Bishop
by
H4
the way,
found.
good move by Guki. Bishop H4
Let's
played, guys. He's
go.
putting pressure here. Gukesh has only 3 minutes 20 seconds to make 18 moves. Guys, whatever you are doing, जो भी कुछ कर रहे हो उसको साइड में छोड़ दो, because this is the big clash now. Can the world champion score his first win in this tournament? Or will Wesley So strike and join the leaders?
How can you score a win here? You're already not in the best position. So you are in.
Amruta, there are
you need to
some
figure out
tactics.
So many things.
There are some tactics. Look at this tactics, Amruta. Just think about it. I will take on f6 firstly.
Yeah,
Now, if you take
rook
with
F6
any
is
of these
blunder.
pieces, I'm taking on e8.
Rook E1 I can't. Rook E1 check.
Only
check,
move.
Check.
Only move.
There's no queen G7 mate because it's a check.
Now I take back.
And now queen
Now
F6.
you take with the queen. And guys, now white to play. Find a move that gives you a good position, at least keeps you in the game, does not give you a losing position. White to move. Very important moment. I'm going to shift to this so that we can follow the analysis here on the big board. Fool on Cool says Sagar forgot that Wesley is a former 2800. Guys, I know how strong Wesley So is. For sure, this is not going to be easy for Gukesh. Rook E8. I love it. I love it. This is amazing move by all of you who have mentioned Rook E8. We have Azmain, Dhruvesh, Abir, Somendra, Ramesh, Abhimanyu, Jayesh, Vikhyat, Arnav, Rudra Khatri. Brilliant job, guys. Rook E8 played here. And now if Queen G6, there is Rook F8, King H7 and Z boom. Wow, Amruta, boom, boom, boom. Queen gone.
Oh, not even a perpetual. You're winning.
Yes, so that's why here you have to be very careful as black and find the move Bishop F C5 defending the rook. Then I take here, you take here, then I take here, you take here, and then I play knight e2 attacking this, and the game will most likely end in a draw. This is where we are heading, but it's a long way off. We calculated close to 6 moves ahead.
Man,
Oh,
but it's
and we have Gaurav Pallav, who has just contributed to Help Chess and become a believer of Indian chess. Helpchess.org. Thank you, Gaurav Pallav, for your contribution of 250 rupees. Under a minute, Amruta, Gukesh. Oh my God, look at Gukesh. He is really under pressure. He is down to 40 seconds. Gukesh,
Man,
make
and
a
it's such a
move.
complex position.
No, look at
man.
Gukesh. He's not able to figure out, or maybe he's just calculating. And Wesley, super calm, cool, looking at Gukesh's clock, and he's writing down something. Guki, go for it. This reminds me of Alireza's game with Pragg yesterday, where Alireza went super low on time.
No, Alireza played with Gukesh yesterday.
Sorry, Gukesh Alireza. Exactly. Yesterday's game. Go, 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 Guki, go. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Oh, he finds the best move. Let's go. Oh, what? Amruta, he was so stressed. He felt that he made an illegal move or something, because he did. Luckily, it was the best move. Somehow.
I mean, he calculated. Okay, wait, what did he play?
Rookie 1. It's correct.
Huh.
Rookie 1, rookie
Quickly,
1.
at least he gets 1 minute on the clock because of the forced move.
And now,
But just
very
24
important.
moves done, and he has to make
Rookie
like
8.
16 moves in 1 minute.
Yes, Amruta, rookie 8. The
Whoa,
only
there's
move.
911 on our super chat, and that's what the time pressure is saying.
What 911?
I know.
अरे अमृता क्या तुम थोड़ा खाने के लिए वेट करो अमृता डोंट 911 को बुला Queen f6 and now rook e8 has to be found in 30 seconds once again. Gukesh going super low on time finds the best move. Let's go.
Oh, thank God.
And now, guys, a key moment has come for Wesley So to find this move, Bishop c5. With 10 minutes on the clock, I pretty sure think that he will find it, because there's no other move. You know, Gukesh is threatening to take queen takes queen and then pick up the rook. and you need to defend it. Because if you take here, I take here. If you play this, I go check, king back, check, and it's a mate. There's nothing less.
No, but if it was forced, then Wesley would have made it, no, right now?
No, I mean, he is taking his time because he has time. Sometimes when you have time, you can take time.
That's the problem of time.
Is clock real? Yes, its clock is synced to the actual clock. Maybe there is a lag of couple of seconds, but apart from that, there's nothing much. This is, by the way, he does find bishop c5. Wesley So, of course, super strong player, does find Gukesh takes the queen. And Amruta, we are heading towards a draw here as well. Super nice game, but I must say.
Oh.
92. And now this and this.
No, but how are you saying draw? Because black has double bishop.
Oh,
as
that's
of
true.
now.
Actually, I mean, Wesley, if he wants to fight, for example, c5, knight f4.
Yeah, and because the b3, I mean, there's certain things to take care, but maybe we can get into opposite colored bishop, if at all.
Yeah, maybe if someone has that remote possibility of winning here, it is black. Very remote though. And I think white has enough here to hold the draw, hold the balance.
I mean, oh, of course, but it's only about the time pressure, no? 12 more moves in 2 minutes. Baki to there is... The pawn structure is so bad for black. Very bad.
Majestic says, भाकरवड़ी खाओ सागर भाई. अरे खत्म हो गया दोस्तों. सब कुछ खत्म हो गया घर पे. खाना.
No, actually, I was gonna prepare a khichdi.
Even that protein bar which we had is over now.
For you. But I was gonna make khichdi. I ate khichdi in the morning.
No worries.
That's
Amruta.
why you said no for khichdi.
No, Amruta. I love your
But right
khichdi.
now I've got pizza. After 4.5 months, I'm gonna eat a pizza.
Pizza you ordered? Whoa! Guys, we are going to celebrate the 2 draws of Pragg and Gukesh today. If Gukesh manages to hold, that would really be a good thing. A nice day would definitely have been if both win. Actually, in this tournament, we haven't had a day where both have won.
Ooh.
Because I think wins are so difficult in this Grand Chess Tour.
Yeah, absolutely true.
स्वाभी रोमकॉम से सागर भाई गुकेश का परफॉर्मेंस क्या चल रहा है? No, that's true. It's not been great, but I'm pretty sure that he will make a comeback in Norway chess. मजा आ जाएगा दोस्तों Norway chess में. मालती शंकर से इंटर स्कूल टूर्नामेंट्स अदर सिटीज में कब आएंगे? मालती शंकर आएंगे, जरूर आएंगे. We will find a sponsor who will support this initiative एक दिन, and we will be able to bring the big chess inter school in all the cities of Mumbai. We will bring the big chess camp in all the cities of India. Sorry, Mumbai क्या बोल रहा हूँ? All cities of India, and it will be so epic. मतलब chess ही chess हो जाएगा. But it will take some time. All good things take some time to happen. तो होगा. We truly believe. रस मलाई ऑर्डर करो सोमेंद्र कह रहा है. When is Norway chess starting, Amruta?
27th November. June.
26th
May.
26th May.
27th.
Acha. Guys, if you are in Mumbai, please do come to meet Harshit Bhai on 18th of May. C5 played by Wesley. Amruta, I am a little bit worried for Gukesh.
He played quickly, which was important. Having 2.5 minutes, 11 minutes more. 11 moves more.
But थोड़ा तो डर लग रहा है मुझे.
August is like Sagar sir, I came to know about the 5-day camp in Mumbai on the last day of the camp.
अरे तो अगस्त आ जाते ना, at least एक दिन के लिए.
But go for inter-school, just have a look. Shahid is saying, Sagar bhaiya, black's pawn structure is so bad and white's is so good. Both have 2 minor pieces left. Why isn't white better here? And black is a little bit better instead.
So the thing is that this 4 pawns versus 3 already gives black a ready-made plan to create a passed pawn, and the bishops are very good in open board. So that compensates for this slightly broken structure. You are right in that sense that, this... and if imagine, he goes bishop d6. Oh, Amruta, already a mistake. Wow, Gukesh has gotten an advantage.
No, this is not an advantage.
No, Amruta, like he's got slightly better if he finds bishop e6.
But you know, generally the way you are thinking here, you are only thinking of in such a time pressure just for now.
But Amruta,
Hmm.
bishop e6, and if Wesley
Forced
takes
to take.
knight
And your knight
e6,
can get trapped. Look at it,
this
scary.
could get really
King G8.
guys, because
F4.
suddenly the two bishops,
Oh, F5.
f4, g4,
F5?
f5, good move, and now g4.
Arey, you don't want to go into this. It's so like loose kind of a feeling.
अरे अमृता क्या बात कर रही हो यार?
Yeah, because King F7, GF5, yeah?
Maybe check and I win this pawn. Who knows? This is very important moment, guys. Let's go full screen. Can Gukesh find this move? Bishop e6. It's a move that can get him a good position.
Peak potential is saying, Sagar, bhai, I'll become so rich. I will sponsor you. I'm 18 years old. I think you need to wait for a few years.
Yes, waiting for you peak potential to reach your peak potential.
Thank you for the thought.
Yeah, no, that's great thought. Indu says Gukesh will find it. He's already spotted it. Go.
Don't know. I mean, if I think that I'm in time pressure and I have to make like 10 moves, even if I go bishop e6, I'm not thinking that I have a slight edge. I don't know about. But knight e6 also looks tempting, no? Because then what happens is you want to go in opposite colored bishop because of time pressure. And number two is king g8 is not possible.
Right, Amruta. These are some great points that you are bringing up here.
But I don't care, yeah?
No, I care. So tremendously care about what you're saying. Yes!
Whoa!
Found it, guys. Found it. And the thing is, okay, on one hand, I was thinking, Amruta, if you take here, isn't this just a draw? Like, what's the big deal? It's just opposite colored bishop position. I mean,
it is a draw.
yeah, this is.
I don't know why you are so happy, but it's still in the best way.
Like
The draw is
I
in
got
the
a
best
bit,
way.
I got a bit excited because engine suddenly started to show a small edge, but it's nothing.
No. But also he's doing it in the best way because
Yeah.
in fact I was worried about white that black will start putting pressure because of the double bishop, and here he says you cannot put pressure on me.
Right, that's true, Amruta. And by the way, people in the chat who are asking if people from other states can participate in the big chess inter-school tournament, of course you can, guys. Of course, from all across India, you can come here and play, and it is open to one and all. Whoever wants to come can come here, just so that you know we are doing this event in Phoenix Market City, and there you have it. We have it on 16th to 18th of May, and it is happening. I'm going to pin the link in the chat very soon so that you can register for it. And also we have Harshit Bhai coming on the final day, where the winners of each section will play against him. Two winners of under 6, under 8, under 10, under 12, under 14 and up to 10th grade. And then we also have the winner of each section getting a free entry into the Orion Pro Mumbai Juniors and Open Tournament. The Juniors entry fee is 7,500 rupees, while the Open Tournament entry fee is 10,000 rupees. And we also have, Amruta, amazing trophies that we have made for the people. So guys, do quickly check it out. Tomorrow is the last day to register.
Wow, so cool. Lots of prizes.
Yes, we already have 284 entries, Amruta. We are looking at around 400 we were looking, but I don't think we will hit that number. But we might come close to 300 or so.
Oh god.
क्या हुआ?
No, amazing.
अरे ओ गॉड बोल के अमेजिंग.
नहीं अभी मैं कुछ भी बोल रही हूँ तो ध्यान मत दे.
Amruta, when is their food coming? I'm very scared.
Why are you scared?
Like, because you might just collapse.
No, I'm perfectly okay. Only I am not able to raise my voice, which is good for you.
Arey, let's fight Amruta right now. Remember our big problems that we have to solve.
Oh, let's go. चाय और कॉफी का पोल निकाल दिया क्या? नहीं है बढ़िया.
Guys,
Let's
chai coffee का poll में 33% to chai, 25% to coffee and 42% to गन्ने का juice, lassi and miscellaneous. Congratulations to गन्ने का juice, and I've ended the poll. And guys, now I have pinned the article for the Big Chess Inter School 2025 where you can sign up. Suddenly Wesley So is very focused, Amruta. He's like, भाई क्या चल रहा है? What happened suddenly? Do I have to draw? Can I not play for a win?
And he's down to 4 minutes also. By the way, Sagar, with Ganne ka juice, I wanted to tell you, in Sangli there used to be chess tournament every month of May.
Yes.
Full month. It would be like a chess festival. You like you have to stay in a school. Wo school mein they will put all the benches on one on each other, and they'll make some space. Then you have to rent a bed, gaddi kind of a thing, and then over there you get this amazing thali, and you have to like just manage there. Common
Sangli
toilet,
ka
bathroom,
thali,
and
guys. If there's anyone
buttermilk and
from Sangli, the thali that we got there with koshimbir, Amruta, and with chapati and sabzi, I think Sangli was
Yeah,
famous
Patsal
for
ki
two
kar-
things. Three things. Chess, thali, and bhadang.
Oh.
Bhadang is basically
No, and also you
rice
are
flakes.
a bhel over there.
bhel. I didn't eat at that
You
point.
didn't know that, exactly. But it was amazing. And no, the point was ganne ka juice. There was this famous shop where ganne ka juice ऐसा लोटी में देते थे वो, and then वो पूरा पीती थी मैं.
True.
And there used to be an elephant who would walk over there for years and years, and it was very nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
a great memory. Sangli. Padsargekar was the one who had spread chess over there a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing how a small town in Maharashtra became the chess capital for years because of the tournaments that were organized there.
Even Vichy has played there, initially, because there wouldn't be so many tournaments.
True.
Yeah.
No, Vishy Anand is definitely someone who has made a huge impact, and there were other people also who have contributed to the growth of Indian chess. Sangli being one such place. I remember when I was growing up, I must have gone to Sangli at least 12 occasions, because every year 2 or 3 times you would go, oh, he takes on e6, Amruta, this is risky. Wesley could have drawn with bishop takes.
No,
an
he wants
opposite.
to win.
He wants to fight.
Basically, both of them want to fight.
Both want to fight. That's so nice to see. By the way, you are so right that the knight could get trapped with king coming up, but there is this knight running away from here. I can't believe what will
But
happen.
even on b7, that is fine, because you cannot go bishop c7, c5 is hanging.
Yes.
And otherwise
Otherwise I
knight f5,
can come
knight
from here. So the knight is not getting trapped.
Oh.
But Amruta, now it can happen in any direction. G4, F4. Tell me, what would you do? I'm tempted towards G4.
Yeah, because it's a light square and...
Because
But
if
what
you
if
play
king
king f7, knight
Ah.
d8, I'm winning.
Oh.
He does go G4.
Good,
And
good,
now
good.
Wesley should go B6. Very important move. He could also go B5. Even moving further.
Yeah, b5 is good, because then you get rid of knight d8.
Oh, Amruta, I
threats.
know how this is going to end. You know?
You know the end?
B6. King G2. King F7. Check. King E8. Now you can't go here. Because this is trapped. Now
But
there's
even
no
knight
way out.
c6 is trapped.
No, but now you go knight E6 back. And then King F7.
No, but now knight d8 check, I will not go king
But
e8.
now
I'll go king e7.
Knight G7. I'm coming out from here.
You go to f5.
By the way, King G2 played.
Oh,
And now this has happened B6.
Shripad is from Sangli. Are nice, nice.
Are Shripad ji.
So knight on f5, yeah, g4 has created a beautiful square, and then the knight on f5 attacks h6.
Yes.
But how many times we have seen a knight versus a dark square bishop guarding a weakness, and then towards the end,
Draw
over
gaya,
here they
Amruta. Draw gaya. This time now Wesley is not going to try too hard. 96. There is King F7.
Okay, wait a second. I'm still not sure what Wesley will
Because
do.
if Wesley decides to attack this way and allows Gukesh's knight to come here, then Gukesh is winning. So Wesley has to go like king here, stopping this, then go here, then attack, then here, draw.
Okay, Wesley, can you allow?
No, I don't think Wesley will allow such a thing.
Okay.
Guys, we are heading towards a draw here. Yes, King F7 and Knight D8 check, King E8. Another time where Gukesh might have to call the arbiter.
Or Wesley will call the arbiter. Yeah, Wesley calls the arbiter.
Yes, a handshake and Gukesh draws the game.
He's wondering.
Both are actually like, what could we have
Yeah,
done?
it was a very complex and kind of weird position. You know, I wanted to check. H3 showed a novelty in the 6th or 7th move,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. But yeah.
By
that
the way,
was a
Amruta,
very
we had one comment from our viewer, Andy, who says, does ChessBase India shirt ship overseas to Malaysia? Yes, it ships across the globe, everywhere. Our t-shirts, then Chesspa books, then few other things, they ship across the world. So, things that we make here.
Yeah, you should check out more things also over there. But
Nacho says, I live in small town Sagar Bhai. For me to travel to big cities, it costs more. In future, please try to put up chess tournaments in virtual if it's possible. So the thing is, we want to do a monthly arena very soon. Guys, what do you think of this idea? We want to do, and then every monthly arena will have winners, and then eventually there will be Grand Prix points which will culminate into a mega prize that will be there. What are your thoughts here? अरे हर्षित भाई in the chat. हर्षित भाई थोड़ा late हो गए भाई, आप we were waiting for you, but I think that's okay. We have 2 draws today. And by the way, guys, a big news we want to share about Harshit Bhai.
oh, what?
Yes.
No, he revealed?
Harshit Bhai, what?
No, big news मतलब कुछ तो reveal रहा है.
No, Harshit Bhai hasn't revealed anything. We are revealing it to you. Harshit Bhai will be going to Armenia very soon to be the official commentator at Stepan Avagian Memorial in Armenia, in Jermuk, where Praggnanandhaa and Arvind will be playing. This tournament will go on simultaneously along with Norway Chess, and Harshit Bhai will be traveling there. So big wishes to Harshit Bhai, because then Amruta and I are at home covering Norway tournament, and Harshit Bhai will be covering Stepan Avagian. We will be, first time.
We may not have Norway commentary though, we are not sure, but that's why I think Harshit will be covering Pragg and Arvind will be playing over there.
Yes. Harshit Raja is saying no reveal just yet. Amruta, Harshit Bhai इसको
Yeah, Armenia अकेले सागर तुम्हारे बिना इस बार.
भाई हर्षित भाई एक बार आप आ जाओ, अभी थोड़ा 2-3 अपडेट दे देते हैं लोगों को क्या क्या हो रहा है आपकी
अरे तो
जिंदगी
ऐसे
में.
कैसे विदाउट हिम रिवील कर दिया.
वही तो.
एंड हर्षित भाई आर्मेनिया अकेले जाएंगे.
नहीं, वो पता नहीं अमृता अकेले जाएंगे कि नहीं, बट मैं
बट अलार्म कैसा लगाते हैं वो बराबर से सब.
अरे अमृता तो बहुत टफ क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे हैं ऑलरेडी. गाइस, 61 सब्सक्राइबर्स अवे फ्रॉम 26,26,000. We are not going to end the stream before we hit that number.
Ooh, yay, let's go. It's coming just on time है, सब टेंशन मत ले. Hey, did Harshit put a video क्या?
Yes, joining us all the way from Pune, the one and only Puneचा पोरगा हर्षित राजा. अरे हर्षित
कसे
भाई
आहात
कैसे हो?
सागर आणि अमृता?
अरे मस्त आहे रे, तू आलास 2 मिनिटं तरी चालतंय,
हाँ
चांगलंय.
लाइक हम लोग
यायचं
का
असं मध्ये मध्ये यायचं, हाय ते शेजारचे असतात ना, काय चाललंय असं.
अरे अरे मला वाट आज गेम दे जस्ट फिनिश्ड व्हेरी क्विकली लाईक ऑल ड्रॉज टुडे.
हा.
no, one
काय?
game is going on. I think Duda versus Nodirbek.
Oh, actually Nodirbek is winning.
Yes, Nodirbek will win
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
actually join the leader. So it will be a 5-way. No, he will not join. No, he will not join because he will be at 50% score. But +1 is the leader right now. Nodirbek is going to win this totally.
Yeah.
Harshit bhai, this is Gukesh's game today. Pragg had great chances to put
Yeah,
pressure.
I saw the opening. I saw that it looked really pleasant from him after his move c4.
Yes.
But somehow his opponent ने draw कर लिया. But
पकड़ लिया भाई, अलीरेजा छोड़ता नहीं है. And यहाँ पे Wesley So also didn't let Gukesh triumph. Gukesh 5 draws, 2 losses. Not at all easy here at the highest level in Grand Chess Tour.
yeah.
चलो चलो जल्दी 1-2 मिनट में बाय बोल दो.
अरे अमृता इज लाइक पिज्जा आ गया दोस्तों.
अरे oh my
सबने
god.
4 महीने के बाद मैं पिज्जा लास्ट
Wow.
न्यूयॉर्क में खाया था.
Wow.
हर्षित भाई, अपन ने जब भी खाया था तभी उसके
Wow.
बाद.
Okay guys, enjoy your dinner.
अरे
अरे
हर्षित
नहीं,
भाई
नहीं,
एक सवाल है आपसे. प्लीज गिव सम अपडेट्स अबाउट योर लाइफ बिकॉज नाउ हर्षित भाई नेक्स्ट
अरे
वीक
पांच.
और सो इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी एक्साइटिंग फॉर यू.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very intense. क्योंकि I think 18th of May is the Simul, guys, in Phoenix Mall. So I'm very excited to play the youngsters in Mumbai
Harshit
on
bhai,
18th.
do you think like there will be, because last year I remember Vidit did it and it was quite intense. So you may have to do some physically. I think you are fitter than Vidit bhai. So
Not
maybe
sure. I mean,
no?
Vidit is he was working out
Yes,
a
he
lot.
was at
there.
candidates,
So,
yeah, last year.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, it will be a challenge for sure. It won't be easy, and
Definitely.
it will be very interesting to see if I can win all the games. And after that, maybe I'll spend some time with you. Maybe record something.
yes, we are
in
planning to
Mumbai.
record something, guys. Maybe for Chess Ranga or for YouTube, there is a courses button, and Harshit bhai and we are thinking to make one course. What are the topics that you guys would like?
You
That's a
should
great
also leave
question.
in the
Yeah.
comments even later
Yeah,
if you
yes,
get
that
afterwards
would be
in
great.
this stream, so that we can check it out. We can even think over it. So do drop your.
Yes, guys, quickly if you can. Openings बोल रहे हैं. सागर भाई missed
Guys,
you and
सोच
Amruta
के.
दी. Thank you Chronicles of Low 5.
किधर?
Kings Indian attack बोल रहे हैं. How to capitalize middle game, beginners openings, quiet move, how to use ML and AI. अरे भाई साई प्रसन्न, हम लोग यहाँ पे थोड़ी
अरे
ना.
भाई कोडिंग थोड़ी क्लास चल रहा है भाई.
How to manage finances.
How
The
to
finance guys.
Parag Chorde asks how to move from 1600 to 2000.
That's
Harshit bhai, can we make a series like how to move from 200 to 500, 500 to 1000, 1000 to 1500, 1500 to 2000, 2000 to 2500? I think
अरे
Euro
भाई
will be
भाई
the right
वर्ल्ड
person.
चैंपियन मत बोल देना भाई अभी नहीं तो.
पार्ट 5 तक पहुंचोगे, उसके बाद तब तक वर्ल्ड चैंपियन बन जाओ, फिर नेक्स्ट वाला भी आ जाएगा.
Shlok Vishwakarma has given a great idea. Put a community post. So today we will put a community post. Someone says end game. Someone says chess fundamentals conversion. 1200 to 200 2000 rating course. Sicilian Alapin. How to spot a checkmate. How
A
to
lot
become
of
an
ideas.
attacker.
Guys, opening का specific बना है ना. In 1 or 2 months, AI is gonna be upgrading so much. I don't know if it makes sense. No.
How
it
to
is.
become like Magnus Carlsen. अरे बढ़िया भाई.
How to
उसके लिए
become
कहीं
like Harshit
मेरा कोर्स मत
Raja.
देखो भाई.
How to eat pizza. अरे दोस्तों थोड़ा.
अरे हाँ
Right.
नहीं, 5.5 months के बाद खा रही हूँ पिज्जा. सॉरी.
Okay, Amruta, that's fine, Amruta. How to think like a world champion भी बोल रहे हैं दोस्तों. तो
I think in general, like most of our audience is around 1000 rated, I think, like close to that, near about. So I think that if we can somehow cater to an audience who's from 800 to 1000 and wants to improve, I think that would be the most ideal from my, like, as a as
No, I think the maximum is 1200 to 1500. I mean, let's do a
okay.
poll na here. Whether 800 to 1200, 1200 to 1600, 1600 to 2000
क्या
online.
पता,
ये तीन का
ठीक
करो
है.
ना.
So then that is one thing
एक
which
बार.
we are planning to do. And Harshit bhai, then you are going to Armenia, which is
Yes.
actually a very exciting event, which
Yes.
we are covering thanks to you being able to travel.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that actually. So it's a great opportunity. I'm going there 27th of May. The event starts from the first round is on 29th May, where Praggnanandhaa and Arvind are the two Indians representing the Indian flag. There will be also a few other, I think two more 2700 players, but also super strong 2600 players where the Indians will try to, show their dominance, perhaps being the first and second seed. So will be a very, very fun event to commentate. And I'm going for the first time without you, bhai. So
Yes, and you
it
will be commentating there with an Armenian legend, actually.
Yes.
Lilith Bekarchian. She is like an unbelievable player. She's an IM, but she is like one of the best in the world players. So
Yeah.
she will be joining you there, and then there will be all the players. So guys, do send your best wishes to Harshit Bhai, because I think it'll be his first ever solo trip to a tournament commentating, and we are very excited for that.
Yeah. I'm
Amazing.
I'm anxious and excited both.
Yes, it will be
Perfect
a lot
combination.
of fun, Harshit bhai. And by the way, in the chat we have put in which
You know, ये
rating
सब
bracket
हर्षित भाई,
are
ये
you?
सब प्रैक्टिस तेरा शादी के लिए चल रहा है, because वही फीलिंग रहता है, anxious and
Anxious, excited. I was going to say, I don't remember the last time I felt like
I think Harshit bhai, your girlfriend might beg to differ here. Although, look at this, we are very close at 500 to 1000, we have 34%. 1000 to 1500, we have
200
35%.
people only. But you know, many people have left, but we should do it tomorrow also and to understand. But okay, 35.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
pretty good.
basically between
But
500
not
to
above
1500.
1500. हाँ, मतलब basically.
नहीं 22% 1500 से 2000 भी है.
हाँ, but वो 22 ही है ना.
मतलब है लोग है. So yes, we will figure that out. And Harshit bhai, then you will be going back to the US.
Yes, then actually I remember there was someone in the chat who was asking me if I will be there at the Universal Chess Open, and yes, I will be there. The tournament starts from the 12th of June
Will you
until
play?
Yes, so I'm
Oh.
playing there, and
Correct.
before that, I'm also doing a small training camp for some of the youngsters and talent there. So
Huh.
9th
What
to
is the
12th,
level? 9 to 12.
it differs. There are like, I think there is one who's also 17, 1800. So it differs, I think, from 1500 plus approximately, I
Okay.
think.
Huh.
So Harshit bhai,
And
ये
people can register for that, or is it limited?
Yeah,
to
for the people in Dallas can register for that, I think.
Ah,
Like the
in
event,
person.
please share the
in-person
link,
event.
Harshit bhai. We will put it tomorrow in the
Yeah.
stream. And
Sure,
also, Harshit bhai, please give this opportunity to also people in Mumbai when you come here.
Yeah,
if
actually,
that is feasible.
Yes, also that was something that I was trying to like fit in my schedule. And if
Insane
possible, I
schedule.
would love to.
Insane.
Nahin, no, I
Harshit
mean,
bhai is like the maximize your potential वाला guy.
हाँ.
मतलब everywhere he is making sure commentary भी करेगा, खेलेगा भी, he'll also teach.
And
Like
table tennis
all-
भी
And
खेलेगा.
also
वही
he'll manage
में
his
swimming भी.
personal life also, barber also, haircut. मतलब क्या
Harshit
यार.
bhai, will you come
और
with a haircut for the Simon?
Insta also guys. हर्षित भाई का Instagram देखो, बहुत ही secrets अभी reveal हो रहे हैं धीरे धीरे.
yes, GM Arshit Raja, hai, guys. So if you want to find out more about me, you can. But yeah, Sagar bhai, that's my future plan. And I think for you guys, what's coming next to cover, I think the biggest events.
I mean, when you are here,
London.
we also have like Champions Chess Tour,
Yes.
which is the qualifier to EWC. So that's
Mhm.
there. Then after that, we have this Norway Chess, Stepan Avagian, where you are going. We'll be following it very closely. Then
Then
we also
London
have
is there.
Sharjah Masters, which Himank is there. Then I'm going to London. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. क्या हुआ?
I will now eat the pizza.
Yes, मैं बोलने वाला था, but most
You
importantly,
guys
there is
can carry
pizza.
on. I'm very
See you
hungry.
guys. It was
See you.
great round today. Tomorrow,
I've been
same
telling
time.
you.
See you all.
Take care. Bye. Thank you so much, Harshit Bhai, for joining us. Bye bye. Guys, that was Harshit Bhai all the way from Pune, giving some live updates to us and really become part of our endeavor to spread chess in a big way. So, thank you, Harshit Bhai, for your uh, sort of heartfelt effort to popularize chess, to take it to more people. And that's really very nice. स्ट्रीम पे ही पिज़्ज़ा खा लो वरना ठंडा अच्छा नहीं लगेगा दोस्तों. अभी जरा बैठते हैं अमृता के साथ थोड़ी देर हम बात करेंगे बिकॉज आई वॉज आउट सिंस द मॉर्निंग फॉर वीज़ा मेट फ्यू पीपल had some meetings, then came to the big chess camp, did some great stuff there, did a huge video, 1 hour interview, 1 hour interviews with different people, also interviewed Akash Dalvi, the latest IM of Indian chess. His story is going to really be very interesting for you because till the age of 13, he wasn't a rated player. And then he has now become an IM. So you will enjoy. Oh, you want to see the standings? Says Max Mado. That's a good request. I think we should be able to show you the standings here, and that way we will be able to tell you what's happening. There we have the standings. We have right now Caruana on 4 out of 7, Praggnanandhaa on 4 out of 7, Firouzja on 4 out of 7, MVL on 4 out of 7. So 4-way tie. Wesley is on 3.5, Aronian on 3.5, Deac on 3.5. We will also have Nodirbek reaching 3.5 and Duda and Gukesh on 2.5. That's how it looks. Guys, both games ended in a draw for Gukesh and Pragg. Oh, and yes, I just wanted to end by saying, guys, 26-26 kar do yaar dosto. We are now just 52 subscribers away from hitting that number. But itne log nahi rahenge shayad abhi. Shrishti says, you guys are really hardworking. Thank you, Shrishti. Thank you so much. Thank you also for your email. We did read it. So thank you for sending that in. I will, I think, wait for tomorrow to reach this very beautiful number 26-26. But guys, thank you all. Bye bye. Okay, end stream button नहीं मिल रहा है दोस्तों. Bye.